The Rusty Spur Steakhouse is always mindful of their prices and give you the best meal and services hands down. All the regular delicious menu items you've come to love and some new menu items all at great prices. The Rusty Spur Steakhouse. Make that old dollar go further. The Rusty Spur Steakhouse, 601 North 1st Street, Pulaski. Great food for less. Drop by and see them.
This is Clay Doggett, your state representative for District 70, and I'm proud to share what makes Giles County such a special place to call home. From our rich history and strong values to our thriving local businesses and hardworking families, Giles County is built on community pride. We're blessed with beautiful farmland, vibrant small towns, and neighbors who always lend a helping hand. Whether it's gathering for local events, supporting our schools, or growing opportunities for the next generation, Giles County continues to be a shining example of Tennessee's best.
This is Mike Keefe for Winterburn and Associates Insurance. Winterburn Insurance is a full-service insurance agency, meaning they can help you with virtually every kind of personal insurance. Keep them in mind for auto, home, life, and health. Winterburn and Associates Insurance has been serving Giles County and the surrounding area for nearly 70 years, so they truly are a trusted choice. Get a quote online at winterburninsurance.com or call 363-8638. Winterburn and Associates Insurance, proud members of the Insurers of Tennessee.
Attention Giles County residents, looking for your next career opportunity? Look no further than M&M Staffing, your trusted local staffing agency. Owner John Braden Harper and recruiters Cree Holt and Mercedes Houston are all proud members of Giles County who understand our community inside and out. At M&M Staffing, we're your neighbors supporting local schools, athletes, organizations, and causes that matter to you. Visit us on Facebook, step into our office, or apply online at mnmstaffing.net. You can also give us a call at 931-347-4255. M&M Staffing, your bridge to a brighter future in Giles County.
Good evening, everyone. I can get a little closer to saying evening now, Jennifer, as we are back once again 4 hours later. And it is the top of the second inning once again. Richland trails 5-3 in Eagleville. And Jennifer, what a day it has been. Richland opened it up with the 3-run homer for Tucker Mayo. But Eagleville, as the rain started to pour, put on 5 runs on the board, including a Wyatt McDougal 3-run homer. Richland fans didn't really like the fact that they were forced to pitch in the rain, and the moment that Eagleville, it was their turn, they called the game due to the wet conditions. And so, you know, admittedly, I think they might have a bit of an argument there, but also the rain was getting a bit worse. Regardless, we are where we are, and that means a 3:35 start time for the top of the second inning. The Raiders will be back up to bat. They really put it to Carter Blair in the first inning, but a double play ended up keeping it from being an even larger rally there, as they scored 3 runs, but could have potentially had more. But Jennifer, just initially, kind of what are your thoughts? This has been one of the most unusual days of broadcasting I think I've ever been a part of, but as is, Richland still has every chance to take home this state title.
Not just an unusual day, it's just been an unusual round of playoffs, you know, here at State, because we went through this a couple days ago as well, where we had to sit in the cars for about 3.5 hours waiting for a game ahead of us to literally take 4.5 minutes to get 3 outs before we could start ours, and we had a 20-minute turnaround to get that game in. So kind of familiar territory here for these teams because the rain has really been a factor. Kind of the only thing that's been slowing some of these teams down has been Mother Nature herself bringing in the flood waters. It's not just been rain that we've dealt with. I mean, it came a flood earlier. In fact, it was so much, you know, they were courteous enough to let me slip in the dugout and try, you know, they try to look out for Miss Hawkins as much as they can, and I appreciate it. But the dugout was flooded, and so they were having to grab bags and the guys' shoes, and my shoes and socks are still pretty soaked, which I think everybody here is probably going to say that. But it's going to be interesting to see how the teams both bounce back after this. I'm curious. I'm sure Eagleville just ran home. I mean, you know, they're just kind of down the road, and they do have that advantage. But you know what? I enjoyed that after the delay and they had the conversation and figuring out what to do, the boys got the hacky sacks out. They were having a lot of fun. They were kicking it around, laughing, cutting up. And I said, you know what? If nothing else, this is maybe a good reset for them. They were making good memories. Now they're huddled up and joined together. And I think maybe just give them a chance to reset and focus and come out here down 2. We're going to start in the top of the second with the pitch. They won't restart the game. They'll pick up from where we left off before the rain, lightning, storm, floods, Noah and his animals, all the things that happened earlier. But we'll get going here in just a few minutes and see how these teams bounce back.
Of note, our equipment got absolutely soaked. I did my very best before they ended up going ahead and calling it to keep it dry, but the audio sounds a little bit echoey in my headset, and so we apologize if the audio quality isn't what it was, but the TSSAA would not let us in the press box.
Yeah, they didn't have even a canopy or any setup for
right,
us.
no
to
canopy,
protect
no
us,
press
but
box. I'll be honest, I think this is one of the worst spring flings in history. The TSSAA, there probably needs to be some
discussion.
Yeah, well, discussion if not, repercussions for what has happened this week as they didn't put on a great spring fling, but the thing is, even the TSSAA can't get in the way of what has just been great baseball by great teams. This is all about the players on the field, and so are there some unfortunate advantages that Eagleville's kind of been given in this situation based on the proximity, based on them getting to go and, potentially bat around and throw bullpen at their own field house, whereas Richland, had to scramble to see if they could even find one? I mean, yeah, just admittedly that's the case. However, Richland is down by 2, and they have been hitting the baseball today, and I expect more of the same. Eagleville is a little bit low on pitching. Their top 3 guys have all been burned for the tournament, and so Richland has a little more in the tank. Unfortunately, they did have to go ahead and go to the bullpen as Gage Witt got the start, but they ended up going with Jamison Andrews. Andrews was able to limit the damage there in the bottom of the first, and so I assume that's who we'll see in the bottom of the second once the Raiders come back out on defense. But hopefully, Jennifer, it's going to be a little while before that happens because Richland's going to rally here in the top of the second at the plate.
Well, I think one of the things that we got to remember is, we've talked about this lineup for Richland in their batting order. There's not a weak spot 1 to 9,
right,
where I don't think Eagleville can quite say that. So, yeah, they got some hits off in that first inning, but now they're going to be kind of down in the bottom of their lineup to come out of here in the second. So if Raiders can get a little rally going like they did in the first, get some of this momentum back, jump back on top, or even tie this thing up here in the second, and that's the thing. You don't have to get it all back at once. You don't have to put up big numbers each time. You just got to try to keep zeros off the board and see if you can get some runs. Of course, these 3 runs came courtesy of one senior, Tucker Mayo, who just absolutely launched it over the left center wall. And not to be outdone, though, McDougal from Eagleville, basically same spot, same shot, repeated, and he had his 3-run shot of his own tied up, and then Raiders gave up a couple more in the bottom of the first. But as it is, we do trail 5-3. We'll pick up in the top of the second. Raiders up to bat. Looks like it's going to be Emerson. Nope. Is that Brigham Morsham?
Yeah, Brigham Morsham
is
up first.
Up first, followed by Emerson Nelson on deck. So kind of feels like B-Dub is going to get the lead off here, and because it feels like we're restarting a game, but 1 inning's already down. So you're playing a 6-inning game where you're in the hole too, but you just got to do the work and put the time in and go back to what you've trusted all season is trust in your bats, trust in your defense behind you when you're out on the mound, and I think the guys will be fine.
So Raiders trail 5-3, but they are up to bat here in the top of the second inning. We're going to take one final commercial break, and we'll be back with state championship baseball here at Riverdale after a 2-minute timeout. Back in 2 minutes on WKSR Sports.
Big discounts on one-of-a-kind items, several special in-store discounts. It's what you'll find every day at Flat Rock Furniture, 3030 Minor Hill Highway, Pulaski. Sectionals and recliners have rock-bottom prices. Get your new dining room suite squared away right now with huge discounts and a great selection. It's all at Flat Rock Furniture, open Tuesday through Friday, 10 to 5, Saturday, 10 to 3. Hurry in and save big every day. Flat Rock Furniture, 3030 Minor Hill Highway, Pulaski, or call 931-363-1336, where you'll always get the best prices around.
Natural gas safety tips brought to you by Pulaski Natural Gas. Call before you dig. Don't hit a buried gas line. Before you dig or move earth in any way, call your local one-call number or utility locator service. They can tell you the location of buried natural gas lines, power lines, and other utilities so you can dig safely. These tips are brought to you by Pulaski Natural Gas, 363-1752, 363-1752.
When it comes to your family's health, you can count on Southern Tennessee Regional Health System Pulaski. We're focused on keeping you at your best with annual screenings and preventative care. Having a family doctor helps you stay healthy, so our Southern Tennessee Medical Group makes it easy to find one. Call 1-800-424-DOCS. That's 1-800-424-3627, or visit southerntmpulaski.com to find a primary care physician.
And we're back here once again. I'm Mark Mize. She's Jennifer Hawkins. As the Richland Raiders going to be in the top of the second inning as we're about to get back underway after an extensive weather delay. Eagleville up 5-3, but Richland up to bat here. And Jennifer, it's been quite the interesting afternoon, and everyone's favorite individuals on the baseball field are the only thing keeping us from starting because the umpires are nowhere to be found, even though we were supposed to start in 1 minute. Okay. I don't know if they're going to get a round of applause from the Richland fans, but.
Yeah, well, probably more so because that means we can get this thing underway. But, yeah, everybody was looking around like, we got to have umps to play this thing and make it official.
And at this level, you know, they actually go with a 5-team crew for a state championship. Actually, oh my gosh, 6. I didn't see that there was a 6th.
They just keep it coming out of the out of the gate.
It's like a clown car. I didn't mean that the way I sounded, but also, did I? Who's to say?
I don't know. Who said it? Left up to your interpretation, folks.
Yeah. Yeah, take it for what you will. But, yeah, coaches are meeting once again. Everyone's shaking hands once again, and we'll basically get restarted as if it's a brand-new game. Unfortunately for Richland, they are down by 2, but like I said, really great offensive inning in the first. Eagleville's a little short on pitching today, and so feels like Richland has a chance to make a run here and see what they can do as their pitching depths are just a little bit deeper here today. But, Jennifer, just because we have just a couple more minutes, you know, you always like to talk about not just what good players these young guys are, but the fact that you also get to see them in the hallways every single day and what nice young men/students they are at Richland High School as well.
Mark, I mean, I really don't have enough words to say about these guys. I think that's what's made this season so enjoyable is because, you know, some of the games we've played in playoffs, you run up against teams, they've got some hotheads, they've got some guys that are all about self. This team, they really do enjoy being together. They play for each other. They're about team mentality. And their work ethic is what I see in the classroom, too. But they're just easy going. They don't get rattled. They don't get uptight. They just go out and have fun on the diamond, and then they come in the classroom, and we have a lot of fun with them there. They work hard. They're not afraid to put in a little extra effort. That's what I see as their teacher. That's what we see, and that's why they're having success, I think, is they really do rely on each other as well. But these guys, even the ones I haven't had in class, you know, I still get to, in a small school, you get to know everybody. That's just the way it goes. But, yeah, it's been fun to watch these guys progress and grow up through the year. And they just make you laugh, if nothing else. And so it's a lot of fun to be around them.
So we will have a new pitcher here for the Eagleville Eagles.
And I hope you have that, Mark. I do apologize, folks. I don't have my lineups or anything because they're somewhere in my car soaked to pieces, literally. So.
No, I get it.
Yeah, so.
That is Jacob Sweeney, the senior right-hander. And so they were starting Carter Blair, the left-hander, but Richland was really hitting off of him. And so they will now go with Sweeney. And like I said, a little unfair that Richland had to just kind of do what they did. And then Eagleville gets a chance to go back, throw bullpen at their place because they're so close by. They're not going to stick with the same pitcher that Richland was hitting earlier, but, you know, this Richland team, they beat them 12-3. The second time they played them, they beat them 10-0 the third time. So they obviously have what it takes, and so we're going to see potentially what we get here as the Raiders come back to bat, due up this inning. It's going to be Brigham Worsham, Emerson Nelson, and Gavin Schrader due up for the Raiders.
Yeah, Worsham, you know, he doesn't have the best bat like we saw in sectionals, but, man, he has done so many things right, and I still trust his bat because we've seen the work that he puts in. And I tell you, he's had some of the best defensive moves. He had a cannon throw from right field.
From the outfield.
Yeah.
He threw out a runner at first from the outfield.
Enough that Drake was standing waiting on the runner. I mean, he, stood there like, come on, let me tag you.
So we'll be back up to bat now. Brigham Worsham, watch this is the first ball go by high for a ball. We're back underway here in the state championship. This one misses low now for a ball, 2-0 count. So Sweeney having a little the same problems that Carter Blair had earlier for Eagleville, who got the start here today. Both teams are now in the bullpen in the second inning. Here's the pitch. This one is going to be high for a ball. Check swing. They're going to say he did not go. 3-0 count.
Yeah, Worsham gave a little bit of that shoulder nudge, but he didn't even break wrists or anything to get that one in close. But they're going to check it. I mean, I get it.
3-0 count. This one high, 4-pitch walk. Brigham Worsham heads down to first base for the Richland Raiders.
Well, and what's important about having Brigham Worsham on first, that dude's got some wheels, and so you got your best speed there in that leadoff. And Emerson Nelson, the freshman, steps into lefty. He's had a good series.
He has. The first of 2 straight freshman lefties that we'll have between him and Gavin Schrader. Schrader opened up the day with a double and then scored on the Mayo homer. This one in there for a strike. First strike of the day for Sweeney. Once again, you're listening to TSSAA Class A Championship Baseball here on KSR Sports. They're going to throw back to first. Oh, this one gets away, and Worsham's going to take off. He's to second. He looks at third, but he'll be safe at second on an errant throw.
Well, the thing is that errant throw, because we're in bigger venues, and so I tell you, these foul sides are deep compared to most fields we're used to. So when that ball went, it just kept sailing and trailing away. And Worsham, with his speed, like we said, was quick to get up. He'd dive down and scampers over to second. Runner in scoring position now.
0-1 count for Nelson. Sweeney looking back the runner at second. They do call time. Earlier in the first inning, they had Drake bunt in this situation. Wonder what we'll see here from Nelson. He's got some pretty good speed. He'll watch this one go by for a ball.
Didn't show bunt at all, so I think part of that, Drake is just really good at bunting. You know, he's good to lay one down. Nelson, I don't know. You know, I'm sure he can. I know he can, but he's been hitting so well, so maybe let him just swing away.
This one fouled back to the screen, 1-2. Of note, you know, I'm talking to a couple of our listeners, and I do have a slightly different sound on my mic than Jennifer's. Mine got wetter, or more wet, I guess. And so, yeah, it's unfortunately, like I said, we were out in the elements. We couldn't really do anything about it. So they said it sounds clear. It just sounds different. 1-2 count here for Nelson. Here's the pitch. This one is popped way high. Shortstop settling under it. He will make out number 1. So runner on second, 1 out, brings up Gavin Schrader at the top of the lineup. One out, runner in scoring position is Brigham Worsham, who reached on a 4-pitch walk and then advanced on an errant throw on the pickoff attempt.
We apologize, too, as the wind has picked up, so you're probably hearing bits of that through our headsets.
They've already had a home run for each team. I wonder if that does something for them today.
Yeah, it'd be a little wind-aided today.
This pitch high for a ball.
Schrader had that beautiful leadoff back in the first, 12 days ago, whenever that was.
Yeah. Sweeney looks back the runner. Here's the pitch. Worsham is headed out. Oh, man, this is hit high and deep, but it's going to be center field, and this might be tough here. Sliding back in safely is Worsham, as Worsham was off with the pitch, and so on the fly out to deep center field, had to slide back in safely. Schrader gave that one a ride, though.
He
Not
did.
bad.
He did, and I think maybe the wind actually helped it get to the center fielder, because I think wind maybe not behind it. I think it was not quite going to get to him, but good play out in center field, too, and quick feet from Worsham to get back to second.
Drake stands in. Still a runner in scoring position. Here's the pitch from Sweeney. This one high. 1-0 count. Sweeney sets. Fires. This one grounded. Going to be a tough one for the shortstop. That's going to get into the outfield. They're sending the runner. Coming up firing is the left fielder, but he double clutches it, and that's going to be an RBI base hit for Cam Drake.
Well, we said the wheels of Worsham Plus with 2 outs, you can get him running on contact, and it gets through right between the shortstop and the third baseman. Great hit by Drake. Hadn't had a chance to really get to see him swing his bat much because last game they used him to do some bunts, lay down bunts. But when he swings away, gets him a nice RBI single. And B-Dub comes across the plate.
Brings up your relief pitcher, who now should be on the mound this inning, Jamison Andrews. Runner on first. 2 outs. Here's the pitch. This one high for a ball.
They're trying to keep Drake close. Drake's got some wheels, too. I mean, we see that on the football field from him.
This one line shot. It's going to be into the outfield for a base hit. Drake stops at second, but now runners on first and second with 2 down. Bringing up Tucker Mayo, the man who hit a 3-run homer already once today. Maybe he can do it again.
I sort of say, this guy's already hit 2 triples in an inning. Why not 2 home runs in the same game? Let's do this, Tucker Mayo. So can Mayo put some mustard on it? Hey,
nice.
that's the question. That. And then we'd all relish in it? Nah, I'll stop, folks. But
Rodney is, poor Rodney Hawkins
my
up next
husband's
to us
here to help us with all our tech stuff today because we knew it could be
doing
one of those
job,
days.
by the way.
Yeah, he's been an extra asset to us, but he rolls his eyes, folks. I'm sorry.
Swing and a miss on the off-speed stuff there. 0-1 count to Mayo, but Mayo, I mean, off the bat, you knew that one was gone earlier. Pound for pound, the strongest player on this team.
And such a great kid. You were talking about that a while ago. I mean, I could say that about every one of these that steps up.
5-4 is your score. Richland trails by 1. Mayo, this one's going to bounce before it gets to the plate. Adam Hansen appreciated the mustard relish reference there.
You know, some people appreciate it, not many. Not many. Thanks, Adam. Appreciate it.
Adam, of course, has broadcast with us quite a bit.
Yes.
Really appreciate him, Wade, Cody, quite a few of our broadcasters listening here today.
Yeah, I'm sure some of them were rolling their eyes.
1-1 count.
It's all good.
In there for strike 2. First and second for the Raiders. They've already scored a run this inning on an RBI base hit from Cam Drake. Can they add to it here and tie it up or potentially take the lead here? Top of the second inning, 5-4, Eagleville leads. Sweeney on the mound for the Eagles. Looks back the runner. Looks him back again. Fires home. This one low for a ball. Two count for Mayo. Wind blowing out to right. This one hit deep but foul down the right field line.
Man's had some distance. I was like, oh, I hope that's going to stay. I was hoping the wind would push it just a little. It's like in bowling. I'm going to try to help lean, push it over, but to no avail.
So we'll set back up once again, 2-2 count, 2 outs, runners on first and second. Sweeney. They're going to call it strike 3 looking, so that will end the inning, but Raiders get one back here. 5-4 is your score as we head to the bottom of the second inning. Back in 1 minute here on KSR Sports.
This is Savannah with Allsup & Associates Insurance. You have worked hard to build your business and take pride in running it each and every day. So let the professionals at Allsup & Associates Insurance help keep your business running smoothly by helping you with your business insurance needs. Whether you need coverage on commercial property, general liability, or need help with workers' compensation, we specialize in assisting you with your business insurance needs. Give us a call at 363-1501 or visit our website at allsupins.com.
We've been cutting prices at Murray Chevrolet GMC. There are amazing red tag deals throughout our lot. Just look for the red hang tags and windows to find the very best deals in our inventory, like the Black Widow Edition Silverado 1500 RST with $12,000 off, or the 2025 Corvette E-Ray with over $14,000 in rebates. Many more great deals with thousands off on 2025 trucks. Swing through or visit our website, murraychevrolet.com, for all the info.
Back here in the bottom of the second inning, I'm Mark Mize. She's Jennifer Hawkins, bringing you state championship baseball between Richland and Eagleville. Eagles lead 5-4 here in the bottom of the second inning as Jamison Andrews heads back onto the mound for Richland. Was able to get him out of a jam in the first. We'll see if he can continue that success here.
Yeah, Jamison threw 10 pitches to finish out that inning, and did get called for what most consider a controversial balk.
Been a lot of controversy in this tournament.
There has been, and it seems like some of it has surrounded Andrews, but
yeah,
but it was one of those. Was he truly set? Because what happened was he just had the ball in his glove, and from the rain, wet, it slipped out of his glove, and they said he was already set. And so when he bent down to pick the ball back up and reset, I don't know. And without replay, you can't really fight it. But the problem was Eagleville had a runner on third, one on second as well, I believe. But that runner from third got to advance, and that's where the fifth run that they now lead by, as Raiders do get one back there in the top of the second. It's what we said. You don't have to have them all at once. Just chip away at it.
So we're back to your leadoff hitter here, Carter Blair, who led off the first inning, was also your starting pitcher before the Raiders put in some work on him. Andrews on the mound. This one low for a ball. That one on scoreboard says 84. I was thinking Andrews was probably mid to high 80s.
Okay, they got miles per hour on this board.
This one going to be a grounder. Oh, great snag. There's the throw to first. Oh, they're going to say safe. What a play by Jack Jackson there. It was a bang-bang play at first.
What an effort, though, because for most shortstops, that's going to the outfield.
Yeah.
So for him to even snag that ball and make it that close, I tell you, Jackson has had some of the just pristine plays throughout this playoff. There's another one. I know he didn't get him, but, man, you hold that kid to first and make it that close. Good stuff.
If he doesn't double clutch there,
right,
I think he gets that. It was
I think he had to re-grab to make sure he made a good throw, because you don't want to throw it away either.
Oh, of course. And also, probably a little bit of moisture down there. First one in there on a strike. Showing bunt is number 5, Micah Sevieri. Or is that 3? It's 9. Wow, I'm bad at this. No, it's not. It can't be 9.
It's 3.
It's 3, okay, yeah. So that is Sam Dodd. 0-2 count, and so now we will see him probably take back that potential bunt signal. Andrews. This one bounces in front of the plate, but good job by Drake to block it up and keep the runner at first. 5-4 is your score. Eagles on top. They have a runner at first with no outs here in the bottom of the second inning.
Looks like a lot of the crowd stuck around too, Mark, in that 4-hour delay.
This one grounded up the middle, potential double play ball. Turns 1, turns 2. They call another close safe on there. Bang, bang play. That'll go down as a fielder's choice on the quick flip from Jack Jackson to Will Shirey, who fires down to first.
So they get the lead runner. Jack Jackson says, I'm going to get you one way or another. He said, I didn't get you at first. I got you at second. And tried to turn 2s, look close. I hope the NFHS video, I want to watch some of these on playback.
Yeah, no, I agree. This is number 13, Brody Gleason, senior.
Gleason's the standout pitcher for them, right? That usually
he's their
goes,
number one,
yeah.
but I'll be honest, there is not much difference between their top three. I mean, I think all of them are great. It's funny, the one who was most effective against Richland this year was actually McDougal. Because Gleason, they threw him versus Richland in the region championship, and they ate him up.
As I say, they got a hold of him.
1-1 count. They throw back to first. Safe.
I know Gleason pitched day one for Eagleville and against Gordonsville and did a great job there.
Yeah.
As Gordonsville did try to make a comeback there. Eagleville was up 3-0, and Gordonsville scored 2 in the bottom of the 7th to make it interesting.
Fouled back, 1-2. One-two count, 1 out. Runner on first for Eagleville here in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Can Andrews put him away? Fouls this one back.
Hits 84 again on that pitch, 21 pitch count.
Low and away for a ball. Evens the count at 2-2. I think that was off speed there. Might have been a slider. Eagleville currently leads by 1. Two-two. High for a ball. They throw down, and he'll be back safely, but a little closer than I think the Eagleville first base coach would have liked to see there.
Yeah.
From Dodd, kind of saying to Dodd in that situation,
You got to
hey,
listen. Yeah.
you don't want to make that one close.
Yeah, they both kind of looked at each other like, oh, that was closer than we thought.
Full count now, 1 out. Here's the payoff pitch. He's off and running. They'll throw down, strikeout, but they can't get the throw out there. So they do K him on the full count, but we do have a runner in scoring position after the steal.
Yeah, good backup there by Jackson as that ball just bounced right over Shiry's glove, but Jackson was right behind to keep that from going deep into center field and letting Blair pick up an extra base.
Brings up 18, Wyatt McDougal. He already has a 3-run homer here today. Runner on second. High for Andrews.
Please step off at the top of the building. Thank you.
As they're asking fans to step off the top of the building. Okay.
Well, it's so crowded in here. Everybody's trying to get where they need to be to see.
1-0.
And that is kind of the downside of having to switch venues. I mean, it's got a lot of seating, but it's still not enough really for all these fans.
2-0 count. Don't want to give McDougal something to hit here. In there for a strike. Nice pitch from Mr. Andrews.
Mr. Andrews, I like that.
You used to call somebody Mr. Who was that football, I think? Mr. Bates? A.J. Bates, that's who it was.
Yeah.
Who is going to play
At
some college football.
Andrew College, yes. He
Andrew
signed.
College. We're coming full circle here. This one hit way high. Emerson Nelson, still under it in center field, gave it quite a ride, but Nelson gets out number 3. So Jamison Andrews puts a 0 on the scoreboard here in the bottom of the 2nd. Raiders will be back at the plate, trailing 5-4 after a 1-minute timeout here on KSR Sports.
I'm Steve Pierce, owner, director, and embalmer at Bennett May and Pierce Funeral Home and Crematory. Even though our funeral home is state-of-the-art, we pride ourselves on good old-fashioned funeral care. Being family-owned and operated with deep roots in our community, we are committed to offering one-on-one attention to every family at affordable prices. See the difference. Bennett May and Pierce Funeral Home and Crematory, Giles County's funeral home of choice.
First Realty Group has been serving Giles and Lawrence County and beyond for decades. We're first because we have the best selection of land, homes, and commercial properties to choose from. Our fair price promise means you can shop with peace of mind locally and with customer care not found elsewhere. We also understand the buying process and what it takes to make it easy, from title to escrow to closing. First Realty Group. First for a reason. Visit frg1.com for all of your buying needs in Giles County.
And we're back here for the top of the third inning. I'm Mark Mize. She's Jennifer Hawkins. Richland Raider baseball here in the state championship versus Eagleville. Jamison Andrews just threw a scoreless second inning as Richland heads back to the plate. It's going to be Gage Witt, followed by Jack Jackson and Will Shirey due up this inning for Richland.
Yeah, Gage Witt staying in the lineup as the DH, and my understanding, Mark, is if needed, because of keeping him in the lineup as a DH, he's allowed to re-enter on the mound because he's not left the game officially. So, and that's exactly why they didn't have a pitch runner for him in the first inning.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so.
Okay, I was not aware of that. Interesting.
That's what was explained to me, and I think I understand it that way when I was in the dugout earlier, swimming around.
Sweeney back for his second inning of work here, misses high. He's missed high quite a bit today as one of the non-traditional starters for the Eagles, as their big three all burned for this championship game. Here's the 1-0 pitch. This one high again, 2-0.
And just to clarify for those that are listening in, because they're Raider fans and may not know baseball, when Mark says burned, they're fine. It just means they've reached over their pitch count limit.
We
don't want him to
they're
think they're
TSSAA pitch count rules.
There's all kinds of rules.
We won't bore you with all of them right now. That's in there for strike one looking, 2-1 count. But basically, you can only throw a certain number of pitches, and if you do, then you end up having to spend a certain amount of days on rest before you can come back. Their top three are all on rest right now. This one fouled back and out of play, 2-2 count.
Yeah, my car's parked right back where that ball just went, so.
There was a spot open next to you, and I did not elect to park there.
Well, here
reason.
was my thinking, because here's my math brain thing. There's a stand that a lot of folks are in that's up higher, and I'm like, it'd have to get up and over that to get to my car. So I felt like I was safe. But we'll see.
Hopefully somebody up there's got a glove. This one in the dirt, full count now for Witt. Sweeney looks in. Here's the pitch. This one high for a ball, so a leadoff walk for Gage Witt brings up Jack Jackson.
So again, Witt will be doing his own running today, because traditionally when he's pitching, we see Bratton come in and run for Witt. But to keep him, I guess, eligible, in the roster, in case he needs to come back in and pitch. That's my understanding, folks, is what it was explained to me. But Andrews is looking good, so so far we're good.
This one grounded. Going to be a tough play for the second baseman. That's going to be a base hit into the outfield for Jack Jackson. Runners on first and second, bringing Will Shirey to the dish.
Raiders again got a little something going here in the top of the third.
The hit parade so far for the Raiders, 7 hits and only 6 outs so far. They do trail by 1, but they have something going here in the top of the third. Sweeney looks in. Looks back the runner at second. That's Witt. Fires to Shirey. Shirey was showing bunt there, but pulls it back. That's ball 1.
Shirey might like those higher, with being as tall as he is.
Yeah, but when you're missing high a lot, it is tough when you're trying to lay down a bunt. You saw one get popped up in the first inning. You don't want to potentially pop one up. Oh, masterful bunt there. They'll fire over to first, so it will be an out at first, but runners move over to second and third. Shirey gets the job done, bringing up Brigham Worsham.
Worsham walked last time up and then was the recipient of an errant throw to get him to second. And then on the Drake single, RBI came across the plate.
Witt at third, Jackson at second. Worsham headed to the plate. A 1 out, 5-4. Eagleville leads here in the top of the third inning. Sweeney. First one in there for a strike. Painted the corner there.
Just 1 out for the Raiders, so they got a little bit they can work with.
0-1 count. This one, pretty well hit. Oh, what a play there to get a quick snag at second base for the Eagles on a line drive that not many places on the infield you make that play, but they hit it right at him. That will be out number 2. Good job by the runners to get back safely. So that brings up Emerson Nelson with 2 down and 2 runners in scoring position.
Yeah, it sounded really good off the bat from Worsham. Thought it was maybe going to sneak through, but their second baseman, I can't see numbers out that far.
I think that's Dodd.
Yeah, I did.
Of note, though,
No,
like I said,
that's not Dodd. That's
I thought Dodd was oh no, Dodd's 3. This is 13.
It's Gleason.
Yeah.
Gleason, yeah.
I had a 3 in there.
He's tall and lanky, so he was able to stretch out and grab that.
Yeah. First one is high to Nelson. Schrader in the on-deck circle. State championship baseball here on KSR Sports. Thanks to everyone for tuning in. Here's the pitch from Sweeney. Swing and a miss.
Still have runners at second and third. Witt's on third, Jackson's on second. You'd really like to get at least Witt home, if not Jackson.
Yeah.
Nelson could deliver here. With 2 outs, you're running on contact. That always helps.
1-1 count. Low for a ball. Raiders 7 hits so far on the day compared to just 5 for Eagleville.
Nelson, the lefty, getting lined up.
Swing and a miss for strike 2. 2-2 count, 2 outs. Deuces on the scoreboard. They used to always say that in the MTSU press box. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs is deuces. Can Nelson come up big here? This one fouled back. Nelson stays alive.
Trying to get the timing. Fights that one off. Went under it just a bit, but it was enough to keep his bat alive. Because it was probably going to be a strike call, so you got to swing at it.
Yeah. We'll set up again with the 2-2. Just misses for a ball.
It's entertaining to listen to the crowd response
Mixed
because, like,
reactions.
Eagleville thought it was a strike. Richland thought it was called a ball.
Whether or
Change
not
up,
that
yeah,
was
yeah.
a good call is in the eye of the beholder. Full count. This one, line shot, center field. That's going to get down. Will they send Jackson? Oh, they're going to pull him up here. And it was a pretty good throw there to the catcher. Probably the right call, but an RBI base hit ties it up. 5-5. Raiders and the Eagles.
So we're back even, folks, 5-5, as Emerson Nelson, the freshman, delivers on a nice line drive just over second base. And, yeah, I'm with you because it was so shallow into center that, I mean, he's got a good arm. Jackson's got good speed. He's running from second full speed, but why risk it and get your third out when we can maybe bat him in here? And Schrader's had good contact throughout the playoffs, and so let him get his bat up there and swing and get JJ in.
Can Schrader do something big here? Tie ball game, 2 outs in the top of the third. Sweeney pitching, Schrader at the plate. Righty-lefty matchup. This one high for a ball. I also like that they're making Sweeney throw a lot of pitches here.
Yeah.
Once again, they have enough arms today, but are they going to be quality arms as the day goes on? That's still yet to be determined.
Well, and honestly, that's been the MO for Richland for a while now. It's just they're really patient, and they force you to throw a lot of pitches. They're not going to be easy to get up there and just start swinging. They're very selective, and they're going to make you throw what they want before they get a good bat on it.
Misses low for a ball. 2-2. Oh, excuse me, 2-0. The 2 on the board is the outs. 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs. As the wind picks up once again, it is blowing out to right. That's where Gavin Schrader likes it.
Trying to dry all of this off. A lot of it's still pretty wet.
Yeah. Here's the 2-0 pitch. They're going to say that found somewhere in the zone. If you had ABS, I think you'd be tapping your helmet right now on that one. 2-1 count.
Well, it was a late call, too. I mean, it took him a minute to decide if he wanted to call a ball or a strike. Usually when it's that delayed, it's a ball.
He's been doing that a bit.
Yeah. Maybe he took a good nap this afternoon, and he's still waking up, too. It's hard to come back and do this stuff.
Runners
later
on
in
the
day.
corners. This one grounded. Ooh, tough play for the shortstop. Slides in safely. Wow, what a play there by Schrader. They're calling him home. Emerson Nelson slides in safe head first. 2 more runs on the board for the Raiders as Gavin Schrader slid head first into first base. An interesting call, but it actually, I think, helps them miss the ball at first base.
Yeah, I think it threw the timing off. I don't think the first baseman was expecting it, and so he was watching the runner and took his eye off the ball, and then the ball just scampers out into that deep foul territory like we talked about. And, yeah, Schrader giving it all for his team, I tell you, gets the bat on the ball because it's going to be a strike. And, I mean, turns it into something out of nothing. Slides in and gets that safe call. He's still laughing on second.
As he should. That was hilarious.
You don't see a
His
slide.
reaction was the best part when he realizes the ball gets away.
A slide into first is not a typical call.
Cam Drake at the plate now, still another runner in scoring position. Great 2-out hitting here for the Raiders. Has made it 7-5, and I don't know if you've noticed, but Sweeney's not even touching 75 today.
No, he was hitting 81, 82 while ago.
Oh, okay,
yeah,
gotcha.
He's
Maybe I'm just looking at the wrong ones.
He's throwing some change-ups and things. And
gotcha.
Yeah, so.
I didn't see those. My apologies.
Yeah, it's dropped off the last few pitches, so I don't know if that's intentional. Or,
I saw a 74, 72, and a 71, and I thought that's where he'd been.
He had some others.
This one foul
See,
back.
that one's 81 right there.
Okay,
so
gotcha.
yeah, he's got that fastball, but it's topping maybe 82 is all I'm saying.
Hey, I want to explain my scoring on that last one. That was an infield single, according to Mark Mize, but it's an error that sent him to second and scores the second run. And so that's why I added an error on the board. It's not because that wasn't a base hit. It's because the runners advanced on the error.
Well, they agree with you here at whoever's running the scoreboard here at the reservation field because they added an error too.
This one bounces in the dirt. 7-5 is your score. 1-1 count to Cam Drake. Sweeney throwing a lot of pitches here in the second. Looks back the runner at second. Fires home. Bunt attempt by Drake there, but it goes foul. Makes it 1-2.
How many times have we called Schrader on second and Drake trying to lay down a bunt? I mean, that's happened quite a bit in this series. But, you know, that's how you kind of play your leadoff, and that's when you're your two-man. Your leadoff is supposed to be good at getting on base, and then your two is supposed to try to help bat him around. So that's the job Drake has. Of course, Drake had that beautiful hit earlier.
Yeah.
To score, I don't remember who it was, Worsham.
Swing and a miss for strike 3, but not before the Raiders strike for 3 runs in this inning and make it 7-5. Richland on top as we head to the bottom of the third. Back in 1 minute on KSR Sports.
Fans, from the coin toss to the final quarter, stay refreshed with an ice-cold Coca-Cola as you cheer on the Raiders. Just head to the concession stand and grab the perfect refreshment to share with fellow fans. Share a Coke with a teammate, a rival, or a friend this season. Thank you for choosing Pulaski Coca-Cola. It's time to load up on the best snacks and some delicious ice-cold Coke for all your game day guests. Nothing tastes like everyone you love and everything you like coming together. Coca-Cola. Together, taste better.
Employee Resources Credit Union is an easy solution to banking, offering a personal, simple, yet modern way to bank. When you bank with ERCU, you are a shareholder, meaning you own a piece of the pie. And we make it easy with the convenience of digital banking, with service you won't find at another financial institution, including low to zero fees and incredible rates. We have the technology you need with the personal service you deserve, right here in your own neighborhood. Employee Resources Credit Union, not for profit, for service.
And we're back here for the bottom of the third inning. I'm Mark Mize. She's Jennifer Hawkins, bringing you state championship baseball. Some people may be wondering, didn't this game start at 11? It did, and yet we are playing here at 4:13 after about a 4-hour rain delay. But Jamison Andrews back on the mound for Richland now with the lead after a 3-run third inning for the Raiders. Wind really picking up here.
Yeah, Cersei, it actually feels good. Even though it's been hot, cold, wet, all the things today, but that breeze feels kind of good.
Up first is Riziminski.
We're probably.
How many ways can Mark pronounce that by the end of the broadcast?
That's the stat I should have kept today, is the different ways you said that. And folks, if you ever look up his name, you'll understand why I'm letting Mark say it, and then I can just laugh at him. And I'm not laughing at the kid. Please hear me saying that. It's just got a different pronunciation. And you're doing a fabulous job.
Somewhere Sail Creek fans are clutching their pearls hearing that.
Yeah, I hear they weren't too fond of us.
This
nice
one
hit,
is
though.
lined into left field. That's going to be a leadoff single for Riziminski.
So I've said it before, I'll say it again. That just sets up a nice double play action here.
Yeah. Brings up Sivieri.
If that name sounds familiar
This is
to Raider
Adrian,
fans.
not Micah.
Oh, okay.
There's two of them.
Okay. I was going to say that's a name we heard in basketball.
I can't remember which one is their sixth man. I think they were both on the team,
yeah,
but I think one of them
one.
played and one of them didn't.
Right. I'm like you. I don't remember which one.
It might have been Adrian. I don't know. We already saw Micah's courtesy runner earlier, too. A 1-0 count. Here's the pitch. This one fouled back over our heads here. Wow, now I'm sure you can hear that.
Yeah, as I
that
turned,
wind out in radio land.
Well, I had to turn and watch because it was here in the midst of a few fans in the back, but over by the concession area. But
1-1
no
count.
damage.
In there for strike two. One-two count. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Tries to blow it by him there, but fastball is high. 83 on the gun there. Richland leads 7-5. Runner on first for the Eagles here in the bottom of the third inning. 2-2. Swing and a miss for strike three. Sivieri goes down swinging, out number one.
You know, you wondered how Andrews was going to come out and respond after the delay. You know, because it's hard to go out, throw, then you let your arm get cold, then you got to re-warm up, and you notice Eagleville didn't do that. They pulled Blair, which he was struggling a bit, so that might have been the natural idea anyway, but as they were close
they throw
to
over
getting
to first, and Andrews just about gets him.
Yeah, but Andrews has come out. He looks good. But, you know, Andrews is one of those, he's just such a clutch athlete. We see that from him in basketball, now here in baseball. He just doesn't get rattled, and he likes to play. Just an all-around competitor. Another great kid, too. Like I said, I could say that about all these guys.
Here's the
And I
pitch in
probably
the
will.
dirt. 1-0 count. Yeah, once again, Mark Mize, need to remind you, I am not a scout by any stretch of the imagination. But if you had to ask me who has the stuff in terms of, what scouts look at, I think Andrews might have the best stuff on the team. Now, is he the best pitcher? I can't necessarily say that. I mean, Witt has been absolutely unbelievable this year. But at the same time, Jamie throws a little faster. He's got a real nice slider. He's got some really live stuff, too. Does he pinpoint like Witt? I would say no, personally. But that's just kind of my reaction. Jennifer, your thoughts?
Well, I think they would use him more, but I think you need him in the field, too. He's so good at second base. We've seen him make some just tremendous plays this season defensively. But that's the thing with him is he just you look at him and like, Jameson, I need you to go do this. Okay, he's gonna dig in and do whatever you need and just gets better and better. And so to feel comfortable pull him and put him on the mound here in big stage, that shows you.
That one's in there for a strike. 3-1 now is the count. Runner at second after a wild pitch. Advance the runner. Freeze at the plate. This one a line shot. That's going to get to the outfield. Nelson comes up, gets it in quickly to the cutoff man. So runners on the corners with 1 out for the Eagles. Richland still leads 7-5 here in the bottom of the third.
This is going to bring up, is this Dodd?
No.
No.
This is
Sweeney, sorry, yeah. I wasn't looking at my numbers. Like I said, folks, my apologies as my notes and stuff are in pieces and shambles and wet. We tried earlier to keep everything as dry as possible, but, man, when it's raining sideways, there's not a lot you can do.
Yeah, no, 100%. 1 out, runners on the corners. They fire back to first. Not back, but he does get back in time, excuse me. Andrews trying to account for that runner at first while still paying attention to what he's got at the plate here. First one in there for a strike. Oh, 1 count, 1 down. Gonna run here. They fire down. Shirey going to fire to home. Oh, they've got the runner at third in a rundown. Tagged him out. And so what a play there as they throw basically a fake move there. I believe it was Jack. Was it Jack or Will?
That was Shirey.
Will ends up running up and taking that one away and then throws it back to home, and then they catch the runner in third because they knew they would attempt the double steal there. Double steal fails. Runner does get to second. 2 outs.
Yeah, good sale there by Drake and Shirey because, just come up gunning, and then Shirey meets it in front of second base and immediately fires back to Drake. Catches the runner in the rundown and tags him out. Mayo came in. Is that who tagged? Yeah, because Mayo's on third. Yeah, because Shirey's at second.
This one fouled back and out of play. Still 0-2. Andrews and the Raiders ahead here on that one.
And that almost hit. There's a car pulling in, and that literally almost hit that car that was driving in. What a welcome to the game, right?
Yeah. As the wind continues to pick up here, 0-2 count. Andrews dealing to the 9-hole hitter. Strike 3 looking, and that will end the bottom of the third inning. Raiders head back to the plate, leading by 2. Back after a 1-minute timeout here on KSR Sports.
Walls Lumber and Hardware would like to wish the Richland Raiders the best of luck in the 2026 TSSAA State Baseball Tournament. Walls Lumber and Hardware is a family-owned building supply company located in Campbellsville. Since 1988, they've been supplying contractors and the public with the materials and equipment they need for their building projects, both large and small. Got a project? Come see them. Walls Lumber and Hardware. Open 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday, 7 to 3 on Saturday at 10416 Campbellsville Road in Pulaski. Call 363-2550.
We meet by accident, a play on words, but when you need us, we're there. Gerald's Auto Body and Gerald's Auto Repair is a trusted friend when you need auto repairs or auto body work. We specialize in making you feel at ease in a time that can be uncertain at best. We take the worry away and give you our very best. Gerald's Auto Body and Gerald's Auto Repair, a trusted friend when you need us. Call 363-0539 or drop by 716 North 1st Street, Pulaski.
And we are back here for the top of the 4th inning. Richland heads back to the plate, leading 7-5 over Eagleville here in the state championship game. 4th time this year these two teams have played. Richland fell by 1 in their first matchup, as McDougal pitched a gem in that one. I think he had 4 no-hit innings versus the Raiders. But since then, Richland won 12-3 and then 10-0 in that region championship in Eagleville. Sweeney back on the mound for his 3rd inning of work.
And really just some great defense on that last outing. I'm going to call it the fake Drake with the, throw out to second. Shirey comes back firing, and they Eagleville falls for it, sends their runner from third.
I can't believe that they attempted that. In that situation, they're going to come up and cut it off.
Yeah.
You don't send the runner at third. Fake like you're going to run and then get runners on second and third with 1 out. I mean, just really, really poor base running and decision-making there by the Eagles as they end up basically taking themselves out of a run-scoring opportunity there. But speaking of Jamie Andrews, who is your pitcher for the last 2 innings, 2.5 innings, and now he's at the plate to lead off the top of the 4th inning. Raiders need to keep it going here, continue to put pressure on Eagleville. First pitch in there for a strike from Sweeney. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, chasing in the dirt there.
Yeah, that thing just dropped off, and it's so hard because it looks like it's coming in right where you need it, and then just falls off that fast.
Tucker Mayo and Gage Witt are also due up this inning for the Raiders. 0-2 count to Andrews. This one, line shot. Is this one going to get down? It is. It one-hops the wall. How about a little 2-strike hitting there for Jamison Andrews as he slides in safely to second base on a leadoff double.
I think we've seen that from Andrews a lot. It's like he toys with the pitcher just a little bit, lets a couple of strikes go, gets his timing figured out, then lines one out and takes it on a ride to the wall. Tucker Mayo has already had a 3-run shot in this game in the first half, the first session of the game. I don't know how we
I don't even know what to call it.
Yeah. Back in the first inning when we traditionally started this game.
Yep, runner on second. This one low for a ball. That's now 50 pitches today for Sweeney, who, of course, was not your starter. This is his 3rd inning of work after Carter Blair started what it feels like an eternity ago at 11 a.m. Mayo at the dish, 1-0 count. Jamie Andrews on second. Raiders lead by 2 with no outs here in the top of the 4th. Watch this one go by high for a ball.
Mayo's another one of those. He's super patient at the plate, but boy, when he gets something he likes, he can really make that thing sail.
2-0 offering from Sweeney. Low for a ball, 3-0 count.
Standing in the on-deck circle, Gage Witt, Raider Gage, my nickname for him.
3-0 count for Mayo. Oh, nearly hits him there, and that's going to be a 4-pitch walk. Brings up Gage Witt with runners on first and second and no outs.
Witt has a lot of power. We've seen that throughout the season, throughout the playoffs.
Mound visit now for the Eagles. Cue the Jeopardy theme.
So Coach Sack's going to take a minute to talk to Witt and Jack Jackson, who's in the on-deck circle, having a conversation with his junior part of the lineup. Junior heavy lineup in this.
Official score today has an error for the Raiders. When was that?
Well, I was going to ask you that. And I was like, Mark will go, Jennifer, don't you remember? And I'm like,
I'm going to be honest with you.
I don't remember one.
I don't remember it.
I don't have anything in my, well, I don't have my first part of my notes, but
yeah,
I'm
not putting it up there.
I was going to ask you that too. I noticed that on the scoreboard, and I've really been racking my brain trying to come up with an error for us, but I can't get there.
They're leaving Sweeney out there. So he will face Gage Witt with runners on first and second. No outs here in the top of the fourth inning. Raiders trying to add to that 7-5 advantage. Witt steps to the plate. Sweeney looks back the runner at second. And here's the pitch. Swan in there for strike one.
Andrews on second, Mayo on first, so you got some good speed from both those runners. No outs. Raiders got a little bit to work with. If Witt could get a hold of one, a little bit of this wind, Mark, we know what kind of power he's got.
Yeah, he's hit some home runs this year. Here's the 0-1. They're actually showing bunt. He pulls back. They call strike two. So we'll probably go ahead and probably won't see him bunt with 2 strikes here. So going to come back and potentially swing. You have an Eagles player warming up in the bullpen. Andrews had a double with 2 outs. Excuse me, 2 strikes. Can Witt do the same here? This one grounded. Oh, that's going to be a tough play across the diamond. Safe at first, and so who needs a bunt when you can just load up the bases for Jack Jackson?
With no outs, Raiders really got something going here in this inning, and see if Jackson can keep it rolling.
Bases juiced, no outs for Richland as they lead 7-5 here in the fourth.
Playing the game here at Riverdale, home of the Warriors, and I tell you, that's what these Raiders have shown a little bit today. Come out and really battled back, jumped ahead, 2 runs, lead 7-5 after trailing 5-3 at the rain delay.
So Jackson at the plate, bases loaded. This one grounded up the middle. They're going to try to turn the double play here. Brings him off, though, and so that is going to score a run, and all you see there is a fielder's choice at second. Makes it 8-5 with runners on the corners, 1 down now here in the fourth.
And I honestly think Jackson just told Witt sorry when he was coming off the field. That's how these guys operate. Like,
well,
sorry I knocked you out, got you out.
I get that. It wasn't a badly hit ball, and the important thing, as I think now that they're going to come out and try to call for interference at second base, but I think he was in the base path and was sliding in. So I don't see that changing there, but Jackson, really good job to run it out.
Okay, here's what was funny. He went and asked, and as soon as the Eagleville coach turned around, they threw his hands up, like, why'd you even come out here? Like, so it wasn't even close. So I guess he just needed to ask. I don't know.
Brings up Will Shirey.
And sometimes I honestly wonder, Mark, if coaches do stuff like that to break momentum.
I get that. Yeah, give your pitcher more time.
Yeah.
Sweeney's been struggling a bit. He's given up 5 runs in 2 1/3 inning. So Shirey has a chance to do a little more here, but now they're going to change up the calls here, and so catcher's going to step back out and
giving the signals across. Not sure what any of that meant.
Well, I think what it is
let's play ball.
I think what it is with runners at the corners, there's
Yeah.
a chance they're going to try to take second on fielder's indifference with a fake double steal, and so they may be preparing for that. This one grounded, third base side. They're going to throw it. They're going to try to catch a rundown here with Tucker Mayo. Mayo comes out of the baseline there, and so that is going to be an out. So a fielder's choice at third puts runners on first and second there. That is the second out, bringing up a Brigham Worsham.
Yeah, probably should have held up that runner.
I
maybe,
mean,
but you thought
it's
you might
tough
could,
in that situation.
Yeah,
it was pretty
Mayo's
sharply
a
hit.
good slider, too. So you thought maybe he could get past and.
Yeah, his best thing there to do might have been to turn back and at least try to make him chase one more time. But I think he thought maybe he could get around him there. Brings up Worsham. Runners first and second, 2 down. Raiders up by 3. Here's the pitch from Sweeney. This one, line shot, but the shortstop grabs it on a line drive there. So Raiders add another to the board. They lead 8-5 as we head to the bottom of the 4th inning here on KSR Sports.
First National Bank is an independent community bank. Being independent allows us to be innovative, to adapt and respond quickly and efficiently to your financial needs. We know the needs of this area. Our interest and our loyalty are to the people who live and work here. They are more than names and faces. They're our friends and our neighbors. Together, we're making communities great. Member FDIC.
Let's face it, the old dollar don't go as far as it used to. But the good news is we have a friend that's on our side in that battle. The Rusty Spur Steakhouse is always mindful of their prices and give you the best meal and services hands down. All the regular delicious menu items you've come to love and some new menu items, all at great prices. The Rusty Spur Steakhouse. Make that old dollar go further. The Rusty Spur Steakhouse, 601 North 1st Street, Pulaski. Great food for less. Drop by and see them.
Back here for the bottom of the 4th inning, Richland adds another tally to the board, 8-5. Raiders on top as Jamison Andrews heads back out. It's been pretty strong so far for the Raiders.
Oh, and got to thanks you, Coach Lovelace, first for listening in, but he suggested was the balk possibly the error? Would that be scored an error? I don't know. He asked this.
I don't know that it is, but also it's been a while.
Yeah,
it has been a while since I've had to score a game. Luckily, Game Changer has made it so that other people do it for me now.
Yeah, no, they
people who know better than I do.
That's a great fan question that we just don't quite have the answer to. That's a good thought, though. And thanks for listening.
Absolutely. Anyone who's listening, thanks for listening. We try to do our best here. But, Richland's made a lot of fun recently with just how successful they've been this year. Probably one of the best, if not the best, year across the board in the history of Raider sports. 6 district regular season champs, 6 district postseason champs. This is going to be a tough play. Schrader to Andrews. They're going to say safe on the flip there to Andrews as Nichols is safe at first. That first base umpire has not made any fans on the Raiders side today.
No, because that is 3 that have been super close, and I don't know on that one, Mark. I don't usually like to disagree, but that's definitely another one I want to take a look at because Schrader flipped it over to Andrews, and I really felt like Andrews' first foot was there first. I think he looked at the wrong feet.
Yeah, I kind of agree, but nothing to do about it now but get the next 3 outs.
Yeah.
That one in there for a strike to Carter Blair, your leadoff hitter. He's at the dish for the 3rd time here today. Left-handed hitter Blair. This one high. He was showing bunt there. Andrews looks back, the runner at first. 1-1. This one in the dirt, 2-1. Eight to 5, Richland on top here in the bottom of the 4th inning. This one grounded foul down the first base line.
wind picks up yet again.
Yeah. Here's the 2-2 delivery. Ooh, just misses. Full count.
Andrews with the payoff pitch. Can he get one by?
Fire back to first. Back safely.
I know they want to keep runners in check, but I don't know if we'll ever get an out thrown
Yeah.
with the throw over. Doesn't seem to be going in our favor.
One of them earlier looked good, but didn't get the call there, and really none of the others have been particularly that close. Full count. This one, line drive, center field, Emerson Nelson. Oh, he did not catch it. Man, I thought that he full extension dove, but ends up kind of trapping it there. Puts runners on first and second on the base hit, but what an attempt there by that young freshman.
Yeah, I mean, he just totally lays out for it. But I do tell you this, he got enough on it that it stops it from going to the wall and keeps that to just a single.
Runners on first and second, no outs. Brings up, I believe that's Dodd. Have the corner infielders playing in a little bit because they think there's a chance it might be a bunt here with 2 runners on, no outs. But first pitch is high.
And now we got another text, Neil Newton letting us know a balk is not considered a statistical error. So we're still got the mysterious error on the board, but doesn't matter. We got the lead. That's the main thing. Raiders lead at 8-5.
Pitch 2 there is high as well, 2-0 count.
Eagleville threatening right here. And we're going to have a visit from Sack to the mound.
Raiders up by 3, 2 balls, no strikes, runners on first and second, and no outs here in the bottom of the 4th inning. I'm Mark Mize. She's Jennifer Hawkins, bringing you Richland Raider baseball in the Class A state championship. Jennifer, weather notwithstanding, it's been a fun day.
It has. It's been a little bit of a long day, and you know, I tell you what, if nothing else, this is going to be one to remember with all the different rain delays that we had a couple days ago. Another rain delay today. Something about 4-hour rain delays for Richland baseball here in the state playoffs. Just making memories. So this was just a huddle up, no pitching change. Just try to get his pitcher Jamison Andrews settled in, dialed in.
Yeah, I would imagine the Andrews is going to get every opportunity to pitch as many as he can throw here today. Has 54 pitch count right now. 2-0 to Dodd. It's one fouled back out of play.
And that could be close to some
You
fans.
hear the collective oohs and ahs.
Yeah, I think it missed a vehicle again because you can park close here, folks, if you choose to risk it.
Should you park close is the better question.
I guess if you have good insurance.
2-1. In there for strike number 2. Two-hole hitter here, Dodd. Runners on first and second. 2-2 count, no outs for Eagleville. Here's the pitch. High for a ball. I think that one got away from him.
Yeah, good snag there by Drake to keep that not getting to the backstop because runners would have advanced. Do still have Eagle runners on first and second.
Raiders in need of an out here. Full count. This one line shot. That's going to get to the outfield. Oh, Cooper Jackson loses it. Luckily, the runner at third and the third base coach weren't paying very close attention.
Yeah, they missed it. He dropped that out of his glove, or they might have sent him. Of course, Jackson's got an arm. He possibly could have gunned him down, and they know that they've probably done their research there and on their scouting report.
Brings up Gleason to the plate. Right-handed hitter, bases loaded, no outs.
Gleason, the only one I know of off these two teams that's until today had a home run. Of course, Mayo and McDougal both put up home runs today, but I believe Gleason had one back in their first round.
Andrews fires home, in there for strike 1. 0-1 count. Here's the pitch. This one misses high for a ball. Bases juiced, 1-1. Ooh,
Wow,
they're going to say
goodness.
that missed. Like I said, cue the ABS.
Yeah, that looked really good.
2-1 count, nowhere to put him here. High for a ball, 3-1 with the bases loaded.
Andrews at 62 pitches. Like you said, no base empty, so with 3 balls.
This one popped way up. Settling in is Worsham. Worsham going to fire home quickly. Good job there as he gets the out and bases. No one advances on the play.
Yeah, again, we've talked about Worsham and what he can do in that outfield. Not only can he just cannon it in, he's just laser focused with his throws. Puts it right in Drake's glove. Drake never even had to move an inch.
Yeah.
For that throw.
Yeah, I mean, if they had sent the runner, good luck with that. Worsham would have had him dead to rights there.
Well, and Shirey was in pursuit of it, but Worsham calls him off as that ball just kept drifting.
Well, the thing is, too, Shire's going to catch going the other direction.
Right.
This one fouled back for McDougal. He had a 3-run homer in the first.
Yeah.
Whereas for Worsham, you're charging the ball, and so it's easier for you to make the exchange and fire it home on a dart.
Well, that's something I've always appreciated about Worsham is he takes such angles on the ball that he catches it in sprint where he's moving forward to make his throw, puts more power in it.
They're going to say that one missed as well. Eee. A collective groan from the Raider faithful, 1-1 count. 1 out. Here's the 1-1. This one grounded, third base, foul.
Just foul. But more importantly, that puts another strike on the board. So 1-2 count, 1 out. Andrews really battling as he's got bases loaded. Had it with no outs. Gets help from Worsham in the outfield.
1-2 count, 1 out. Raiders lead 8-5. Oh, foul tip, so close to a strikeout there. He misread that terribly as Andrews had changed up the speed there on him, and he just had to desperately try to get some contact. He is able to get some there.
Just enough to tip it.
1-2. This one popped a mile high. Sailing under it is Jack Jackson. Jackson makes the out, and that's 2 outs, and the runners have to stay put once again.
So Raider fans, you can always see them take a little collective sigh of relief. There's still runners on all bases.
Still danger, but not as much as you
outs,
had with no outs. Brings up Riziminski. Is that a 5th different way I've pronounced it today?
I don't really know. That was close to the last time.
I want to do a bit here where we have 10 fans come by and I'll take a shot.
Yeah, like a little meme shot to TikTok moment.
I don't have a TikTok.
I don't either.
That probably doesn't surprise you.
I don't either. So yeah, I hear they're pretty fun though.
That one misses.
Wow, goodness.
Ugh.
You can hear Raider fans, and kind of inclined to agree. Is Andrews really just battling, just not quite getting some calls?
Yeah.
Of course, we're not right in line behind the plate.
This one fouled back and out of play. One count, 2 outs. Bases are still loaded for Eagleville. Oh, wow. Really poor swing there. And they're going to say that's 0-2. That was kind of an awkward situation because, he ran out of the batter's box as he swung, and it got away for a split second, but it's 1-2 count.
Yeah, I didn't know where he was going. I was like, it wasn't a foul tip. I don't know. Not sure what that motion was from the umpire either.
1-2. This one bounces in front of the plate. Good job by Cam Drake to block it up. 2-2 count. Adam says, can I buy a syllable on that name? This one hit foul. Gave that one quite a ride down the third base line. We'll set back up. Deuces on the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bases loaded for Eagleville. Raiders lead 8-5 here in the bottom of the 4th. Andrews steps off.
Yeah, he knows this is a big pitch.
Yeah.
Really wants to try to just slide one by him. I think he could go to his slider here. It's hard to hit for guys.
We'll see what we get. Looks back the runner at second. 2-2. This one grounded. They're going to say foul down the first base line. We'll set back up once again. A battle here at the plate between Remenensky and Andrews. That's my best attempt to pronounce it the way that the PA announcer announced it.
Yeah, y'all are close on this.
You're getting closer. 2-2 count, 2 outs. This one hit high and deep to left field. Jackson thinks he's under it. He makes the out for out number 3. Eagles came in, bases loaded, but Andrews sits them down 1, 2, 3. As Raiders lead 8-5, headed to the top of the 5th. Be back in 1 minute here on KSR Sports.
Let's face it, the old dollar don't go as far as it used to, but the good news is we have a friend that's on our side in that battle. The Rusty Spur Steakhouse is always mindful of their prices and give you the best meal and services hands down. All the regular delicious menu items you've come to love and some new menu items, all at great prices. The Rusty Spur Steakhouse. Make that old dollar go further. The Rusty Spur Steakhouse, 601 North 1st Street, Pulaski. Great food for less. Drop by and see them.
This is Clay Doggett, your state representative for District 70, and I'm proud to share what makes Giles County such a special place to call home. From our rich history and strong values to our thriving local businesses and hardworking families, Giles County is built on community pride. We're blessed with beautiful farmland, vibrant small towns, and neighbors who always lend a helping hand. Whether it's gathering for local events, supporting our schools, or growing opportunities for the next generation, Giles County continues to be a shining example of Tennessee's best.
And we are back here once again. Raiders lead 8-5 in the state championship, top of the 5th, as Jamison Andrews just pulls a rabbit out of the hat there. Bases loaded with no outs, and Bobo Dickey just told us 3, 4, 5 are up, and I actually didn't know that part of the fact. And he puts them down in order.
Well, I mean,
what a
really,
performance
really
there.
gets himself out of a jam because, like you said, bases loaded, no outs, and Eagleville really could have done some damage there to put themselves back in charge of this game. But Andrews, like we said, he is just so clutch. He doesn't get flustered at all with anything that's going on, and so just keeps his composure, locks in, and just dials up a beauty from the mound.
Only issue is you got 3 more innings. He only has 45 pitches to work with. They stop you at 120 in high school baseball. And so there's a decent chance that they may need another pitcher if he hits 120 today. Raiders need to go ahead and build a bigger lead here. Sweeney versus Emerson Nelson. First pitch.
Must have hit him.
Hits Nelson there, so that sends a runner down to first. And that'll bring up the top of the order, Gavin Schrader. Schrader led off the day with a double, scored on a 3-run homer from Tucker Mayo. As Raiders have something going again here in the top of the 5th.
Yeah, Nelson stands in and gets that hit by pitch, and so 1 pitch, Raiders already have a runner on first. And the Gavin chants have started here from Raider Nation.
Back safely is Nelson and the pickoff attempt.
You've got that Sliders mitt on. It looks like a oven glove is what they wear. But I like his. It's teal and pink. That's the color scheme he goes with all his getup.
Here's the first pitch of the at-bat. In there for a strike to Schrader. Sweeney. Here's the pitch. I'll say this one missed outside, 1-1. Throwback gets away, but the shortstop comes in and collects it. 1-1 count. Richland up 8-5 here in the top of the fifth. Runner on first, it's Emerson Nelson with Gavin Schrader at the dish. They fire back. Nelson back safe.
Schrader has had some really good hits. Started the game off with a beauty. Can the freshman duo do some damage here leading off?
Here's the pitch from Sweeney. Swing and a miss there, 1-2 now. Change speeds there. 70-mile-per-hour pitch got Schrader out in front. Run on first. 1-2 count. This one very high, 2-2. Up to 63 pitches on the day for Sweeney.
Checking the runner at first. Nelson seeing if he can get a lead.
Looks like they're going low and away here. Swing and a miss for strike three. First out here in the top of the fifth brings up Cam Drake.
Camo, as he's known and loved around the Richland halls.
Junior multi-sport athlete. Also plays football for the Raiders, who've been to back-to-back quarterfinals on the Richland football side. One out, runner on first. Richland up by 3. First pitch high for a ball.
He didn't show bunt, and that's what we've been seeing if somebody's on first. Usually it's Schrader.
Well,
but
yeah.
He also has shown when he's allowed to swing away, he can. He's already had an RBI single in the game.
Yeah. 1-0. That one gets away, and that is going to send Nelson to second base. So now we have a runner in scoring position. 2-0 count, 1 out. Can the Raiders add to this 8-5 lead in the top of the fifth? State championship baseball here on KSR Sports.
Nelson with good speed at second, so this is one you could lay down a little something. He probably could turn that corner and head home.
Yeah. 2-0. Sweeney looks back at second, fires home. This one hit pretty deep there. Oh, wow. Nearly misread that one and lost it. As is, though. That's going to be 2 outs now. Runner at second. Jameson Andrews at the plate with a chance to aid his own cause.
Well, did he not drop it at the end? That's exactly what Cam Drake said, too. He caught it when he came down. I thought it hit the ground.
It may have been the exchange that they called it on.
I guess so, but
of all the calls today, that's really not the one that has drawn my eye,
or
out of all of them.
he did catch it cleanly, but maybe coming down. But I don't know. Some umpires say you have to complete the catch.
I'm surprised that Nelson didn't come back and try tag up there, though. Maybe Nelson, because of his speed, they feel like he's probably going to score from second, especially with 2 outs, since he'll be going on contact. Big swing and a miss there from Andrews. He was swinging for the fences on that one.
Yes.
0-1 count.
70 miles per hour. He was way ahead of that one.
Like I said, every run matters here in a game in which both teams are running a little low on pitching now. 0-1. Misses for a ball. Can the Raiders get another 2-out rally? They've done it once today. 11 hits on the day for Richland, 9 for Eagleville, as Richland leads 8-5 in the top of the fifth. One. I'm going to say that was in there on the called strike looking.
Of course, Andrews had the big hit off the, when he was down 2 strikes earlier. It's 1 and 2. I think it was 0-2 last time.
It was. He had a double to the wall and an 0-2.
Right.
Can he shorten up and get something here? Runner on second. 1-2. This one high, evens up the count. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, runner on second. 2s everywhere we look. 2-2. This one fouled off, back to the backstop. Andrews gets a piece, and we set back up.
Yeah, and this is when Andrews, he's up there battling and fighting, trying to help his own cause on the mound. Don't want to strand that runner at second when you've got some speed to work with. Fights it off, gets a foul tip.
Sweeney. Here's the pitch. That one misses. Full count. Tucker Mayo in the on-deck circle. Full count, 2 outs, runner on second. Jamison Andrews, your current pitcher for the Raiders. Can he come through here? Here's the delivery. They're going to say strike 3 looking. That one looked like it was at the knees. Raiders fans continue to plead their case, but that will send us to the bottom of the fifth. We'll be back after 1 minute timeout. Raiders up 8-5 here in the state championship game.
This is Mike Keefe for Winterburn and Associates Insurance. Winterburn Insurance is a full-service insurance agency, meaning they can help you with virtually every kind of personal insurance. Keep them in mind for auto, home, life, and health. Winterburn and Associates Insurance has been serving Giles County and the surrounding area for nearly 70 years, so they truly are a trusted choice. Get a quote online at winterburninsurance.com or call 363-8638. Winterburn and Associates Insurance, proud members of the Insurers of Tennessee.
Attention Giles County residents, looking for your next career opportunity? Look no further than M&M Staffing, your trusted local staffing agency. Owner John Braden Harper and recruiters Cree Holt and Mercedes Houston are all proud members of Giles County who understand our community inside and out. At M&M Staffing, we're your neighbors supporting local schools, athletes, organizations.
We meet by accident, a play on words, but when you need us, we're there. Gerald's Auto Body and Gerald.
Attention Giles County residents, looking for your next career opportunity? Look no further than M&M Staffing, your trusted local staffing agency. Owner John Braden Harper and recruiters Cree Holt and Mercedes Houston are all proud members of Giles County who understand our community inside and out. At M&M Staffing, we're your neighbors supporting local schools, athletes, organizations, and causes that matter to you. Visit us on Facebook, step into our office, or apply online at mnmstaffing.net. You can also give us a call at 931-347-4255. M&M Staffing, your bridge to a brighter future in Giles County.
Back here for the bottom of the fifth. What a game it has been as Richland leads 8-5 over Eagleville, but it feels like this one may come down to the wire.
Yeah, it's starting to get a little bit of a feel that way, Mark. I agree with you, as both teams have had some opportunities and have stranded runners, but probably the biggest storyline was that last outing. Andrews really battled himself out, had bases loaded, Eagles did, and no outs on the board, and Andrews really just fought his way out.
He's 1 out away from this being tied for his longest outing of the year, as he hadn't gone more than, I think, 5 innings all year. He had a 5-inning start in non-district play, but he's come up big so far today. I believe this is going to be Adrian Sivieri. Raiders lead by 3 here in the bottom of the 5th. This one, line shot, right center field. Emerson Nelson makes out number 1. I know people love that Andrews is one of your best strikeout pitchers on the team, but that's what they need right now because with 9 outs, you only have 45 pitches to play with.
Yeah.
Andrews, he needs to keep that pitch count down if he wants to finish this one, which, of course, someone else may come in and end up picking up the save. But right now, Andrews has the hot hand, and you probably want to ride him as long as you can.
1 pitch, 1 out. I don't think anybody would argue with that.
That will bring up number 22, Kelton Freeze, with 1 out, bases empty. First pitch in there for a strike.
81-mile-per-hour fastball. Andrews dials in. Still looking good.
This one high and away for a ball. 78 pitches today. Low. 2-1 count. Richland up by 3 here in the bottom of the 5th. A game that started at 11 but had an extensive weather delay. Everyone say that one was high, 3-1. This one popped way up in the air. This is going to be tough, but Cooper Jackson comes over and actually makes it look easy. I think the wind carried that one because I thought that was going to be out at short, and then suddenly Jackson starts walking toward it, and I'm like, wow, that one really had a little more on it than I thought. So another quick out for Andrews, 2 down here in the bottom of the 5th. Richland still leading 8-5.
One of those you weren't sure because you had 3 players converging. You had Jack Jackson from shortstop, Cooper Jackson from left, and Emerson Nelson from center, all converging.
I believe this is a
Jackson's
pinch hitter.
Call to call him off, Cooper Jackson.
Say that one missed. This is going to be Junior Duke, which he has not been playing so far, right? He courtesy ran earlier. And so I think
he batted earlier.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. 1-1 count now on the strike.
And just to clarify, his name is Junior. Mark's not saying he's
see, there's Duke, and then there's Junior
senior.
Duke, you know.
He's a senior. Ooh.
That's high, 2-1.
Andrews, let that one get away from him. Duke had to duck out of the way of that pitch. No ill intent at all. It just, sells a little bit on Andrews.
This one fouled back, 2-2. Andrews at 85 pitches. 2-2. Low and away for a ball.
So here we go. Full count, 2 outs.
Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike number 3. That gets them out of the bottom of the 5th. The Raiders lead 8-5 as we head to the top of the 6th inning. Back after a 1-minute timeout here on KSR Sports.
Big discounts on one-of-a-kind items, several special in-store discounts. It's what you'll find every day at Flat Rock Furniture, 3030 Minor Hill Highway, Pulaski. Sectionals and recliners have rock-bottom prices. Get your new dining room suite squared away right now with huge discounts and a great selection. It's all at Flat Rock Furniture, open Tuesday through Friday, 10 to 5, Saturday, 10 to 3. Hurry in and save big every day. Flat Rock Furniture, 3030 Minor Hill Highway, Pulaski, or call 931-363-1336, where you'll always get the best prices around.
Natural gas safety tips brought to you by Pulaski Natural Gas. Call before you dig. Don't hit a buried gas line. Before you dig or move earth in any way, call your local one-call number or utility locator service. They can tell you the location of buried natural gas lines, power lines, and other utilities so you can dig safely. These tips are brought to you by Pulaski Natural Gas, 363-1752, 363-1752.
And we're back here for the top of the 6th inning. New pitcher, Jennifer, I want to note, in the pregame, I said, some of the guys I think I'll see today are, and I said Carter Blair. I said, unfortunately, I said Warburton second, but then I said, third, Sweeney. And so I've gone 3 for 3 on the 3 guys I thought they'd throw.
They must
and
be
so
listening into our broadcast.
I would venture that Richland coaches probably knew the same. And so, they were probably pretty well prepared for this. Warburton is actually the one who came in for Gleason in the region championship after he got blown up. Warburton pitched pretty well. I think that he, through 2 innings, he did give up 3 runs, though, and he's actually the one that was in when Richland walked it off on the mercy rule. So they have seen Warburton before. He's a pretty good pitcher, though. And so Raiders, though, in this moment, you need to add some runs to the scoreboard. That was huge there that it only took 11 pitches for Andrews there.
Right.
Right. That gets you back on in line for potentially being able to pitch the next 2 without getting to 120.
Well, I know when he came off, Coach Sack and Coach Hughes both approached him, probably having that conversation of how's your arm feeling? Can you keep going? Now, I know Jameson well enough. He doesn't want to come out of that game if he's throwing any type of strike. And he's looking good. Ends that last inning with a strikeout. So let him go if he's feeling like he can.
If anything, he might have gotten a little bit better over the last inning.
Yeah.
Tucker Mayo at the plate. That one low for a ball. Top of the 6th inning, Richland leads 8-5. But really just hoping that they can take the top off of this one with 2 or 3 more runs and make it easier on your pitching staff and defense. This one misses outside for a ball. That is one thing about a fresh pitcher, as you know. They haven't had much time. Warburton did actually get a pretty extensive bullpen down there, bullpen session. At this point, I think Sevieri is the only other guy I expect we might see today. That one, they're going to say in there for a strike. Round the knees there, 2-1. Low and away for a ball. 3-1 count.
So Mayo, again, just being very selective with what he wants. Hadn't really got much to even try to attempt, though.
They quick pitch him here, but it doesn't matter because it's a 5-pitch walk for Tucker Mayo. Bring up Gage Witt in the on-deck circle. We'll now have Jack Jackson. Raiders lead by 3 and now have a runner on first here in the top of the 6th inning.
Gage Witt, again, the combination of Mayo and then Witt, it's hard to pitch around. You put Mayo on with the walk, and then you got to go right after Witt, too, who's got a lot of power as well.
Yeah. Hard lineup for the Raiders.
No kidding.
This is the moment if they want to. As that one gets away, going to send Mayo down to second base. So now a runner in scoring position, and now you don't even really have to think about a bunt. You can just swing away. And now we're going to have a meeting between the catcher and the pitcher. They are shading Witt very deep, especially in right. Look how close he is to the fence. He thinks he's going to get hit an opposite field shot.
Yeah, maybe. I don't. Yeah,
Witt's
they're really
a little more of a pull hitter in my.
Respecting Witt's power. They obviously know.
8-5, Richland leads. They now have another runner in scoring position. 1-0 count to Gage Witt. Warburton facing the Raiders for the second time this year. Like I said last time, they touched him up for 3 runs. Can they do the same here? This one, pretty good shot. It's right at the right fielder. And Mayo does not tag up there. Ugh. I think he probably could have made it.
Yeah, and, we talked about them shading over, and that ball went right to.
Yeah, honestly, good
right
coaching
fielder.
from Eagleville.
Yeah, I know. They'd done their homework, and Witt gets a lot on it.
So Jack Jackson and Will Shirey. Jackson at the plate, Shirey in the on-deck circle. Runner on second is Tucker Mayo, 1 out here in the top of the 6th. Can the Raiders get another run across? This one low and away for a ball. Warburton really hasn't proven that he can consistently hit the strike zone just yet.
Yeah, he'll put 1 or 2 across per batter, but guys just got to stay patient. If they see something they like, then can they place it? Find the open hole.
1-0. They're going to say in there for a strike, 1-1. Jackson in the box. Warburton on the mound. This one hit hard, hit deep. Is that going to get out of here? Oh, off the wall.
Caught the top of the wall.
That was 3 feet away from a homer, but as is, it's an RBI double for Jack Jackson. Gives that one a ride.
I did. It was one of those. I really thought it was gone, and it nicks the top of the wall. But more importantly, it gets a run across.
Missed it by that much.
Jack Jackson with the stand-up double RBI as Mayo comes across. I got so excited, Mark, I forgot what was happening.
9-5.
That's how we're working today.
Working 9 to 5.
Good catch, good catch.
You didn't say good singing, I noticed.
Well, I try to be honest, Mark.
As that's going to be ground out to short. Does move the runner over to third. Can Brigham Worsham come up here with a big 2-out hit?
Yeah, I started saying Shirey, not necessarily a bad thing because Jackson does make it over to third. He doesn't bunt it, but, I mean, it works like a bunt. And here's the thing. Warburton's had a few kind of almost get away from him.
If I'm Jackson and Coach Sack down there, I'm taking an aggressive lead. Obviously, don't want to get picked out.
Yeah, watching for a wild pitch. Yeah.
See if we can get something for free here. That ball is high. My wife said she loved the singing there, but she might be contractually obligated to say that.
For better, for worse, I'll just leave it at that. So
we'll decide
that's
which.
True love. That's true love right there.
9-5, Raiders on top. 1-0 count. 2 outs for Brigham Worsham. This one low. 2-0.
Guarantee we're not the only ones around thinking 9 to 5 song, little dolly going on right now.
Yeah. This one misses as well, so now we have a 3-0 count, 2 outs.
Worsham, I don't think he's had a hit today. He's had some good contact, but it seems
he's
to
been
always
hitting line drives right at him.
I started saying that second baseman, remember, snagged that one, kind of robbed him of a hit.
Raiders up by 4. That one misses for a ball. Worsham will head down to first. Runners on the corners for Emerson Nelson.
So we're going to have a conference on the mound and a conference on the far sideline as Sack meets with Jack Jackson, his runner. Worsham's going to come over. Nelson, and then on the on-deck, Schrader.
Huge moment for the Raiders because it even affects how you pitch if you're Andrews, I think. Because with a bigger lead, I think you give them more things to hit and then just say, hey, put it in play, and I feel like my defense can make the play. In a closer ball game, of course, you really can't afford the base runners potentially. But, like I said, I think you want Andrews to finish this one. I'm hearing that Shirey has been up in the pen. I can't see my pen. I can only see Eagles. But I'm hearing that Shirey has been up in the pen. And so that means they are preparing for if, they do reach the 120 pitch limit.
Well, Shirey's not in the pen because I see him right here in the dugout.
Well, he was earlier as well.
Let's see.
I'm just telling you what I overheard fans say.
I can't. I was trying to see if I could lean over enough without.
Yeah.
I
see him too, but
I'll keep an eye out.
But a very reputable fan, former legendary player behind me said that Will Shirey's been warming up. So
gotcha. I trust you. I was trying to see if I could get my eyes on the bullpen.
as journalists would say,
And I don't
sources
think so.
say.
Reliable sources. All right, we're back after the conferences here, and Nelson steps back into the batter's box.
Runners on the corners. Ducks on the pond, as they say. 2 outs, 9-5, Raiders on top. Carter Warburton on the mound, Emerson Nelson at the plate. First pitch is low for a ball, and they let Worsham take second on fielder's indifference. See, that's what Eagleville should have done earlier when they basically ran themselves out of a run.
But we're okay with that.
Yeah. 1-0 count, 2 outs. Nelson at the plate. That one high for a ball, and suddenly Warburton really struggling to find that strike zone.
They do have someone up in the bullpen, and that's way far away. I'm trying to catch that number.
This one fouled back. 2-1 count. Like we said, the biggest number on the scoreboard is the lead, 9-5. Second biggest number is 87 pitches for Jamison Andrews.
If my eyes are looking right, yeah, and he's listed as a pitcher, sophomore Ethan Tucker is up in the bullpen.
This one fouled back as well.
You ever heard that?
2-2.
Heard that name?
I have. He actually pitched like a third of an inning, I think, versus Richland. So one day Eagleville actually did bullpen only versus Richland, basically. They threw 5 guys, and Tucker got, like, he came in 1 inning. They haven't seen him much, though.
Well, that's it looks like it's warming up at this point.
2-2 count, 2 outs. Runners second and third. Can they blow this one open? This one fouled back.
So Nelson really battling as Warburton's getting some of those pitches down finally and giving something for the Raiders to hit. Can Nelson make a good connection, send it into fair territory, and get a couple of these runs across?
Big moment, because remember, 2 outs, they'll be going on contact. That one high, full count.
Warburton already up to 21 pitches. Full count, 2 outs.
The Raiders lead 9-5. Here's the payoff pitch. This one, line shot. That's in. They're going to stop the second runner. Probably the right call there, but Raiders put another one on the board on the RBI base hit for Emerson Nelson.
Yeah, he kept fighting with those foul balls, fouling them off. And sure enough.
Pitching change.
And that's all we're going to see of Warburton. He throws 22.
Here comes Tucker. And so Raiders up 10-5. They have runners on the corners, 2 outs here in the top of the 6th inning in the state championship game. We'll be back after a 1-minute timeout. You're listening to Richland High School Baseball here on KSR Sports.
Big discounts on one-of-a-kind items, several special in-store discounts. It's what you'll find every day at Flat Rock Furniture, 3030 Minor Hill Highway, Pulaski. Sectionals and recliners have rock-bottom prices. Get your new dining room suite squared away right now with huge discounts and a great selection. It's all at Flat Rock Furniture, open Tuesday through Friday, 10 to 5, Saturday, 10 to 3. Hurry in and save big every day. Flat Rock Furniture, 3030 Minor Hill Highway, Pulaski, or call 931-363-1336, where you'll always get the best prices around.
Natural gas safety tips brought to you by Pulaski Natural Gas. Call before you dig. Don't hit a buried gas line. Before you dig or move earth in any way, call your local one-call number or utility locator service. They can tell you the location of buried natural gas lines, power lines, and other utilities so you can dig safely. These tips are brought to you by Pulaski Natural Gas, 363-1752, 363-1752.
And we are back here. New pitcher, it's Ethan Tucker for the Eagleville Eagles as the Raiders lead 10-5. Top of the 6th here in Riverdale as Richland playing in the state championship. They have a 5-run lead and trying to add more here in the top of the 6th.
So
it's been fun, Jennifer.
Yeah, I know. I sort of say it's been a long day. Started at 11 o'clock. We're still going. Of course, there was that 4 hours in between that we had to stop for the monsoon season here in Murfreesboro. I will say, great last name. That is my maiden name, Tucker.
Oh, okay.
So that's why I'm a Tucker Mayo fan. I told him that from day one when he walked in my class. I said, I'm already a fan just because of your name.
Gavin Schrader at the plate. Runners on the corners. A chance we may see him try to take second on fielder's indifference, as we saw a moment ago Worsham do, as Nelson is on first. 2 outs, Raiders. Once again, a couple more runs, and suddenly the window for the Eagles to make a comeback would be getting slimmer and slimmer.
So can they add to this 10-5 lead in the 6th? They put up 2 more. I'd be comfortable to get a couple of these runs across. Schrader's had good contact.
Yeah.
So, with 2 outs, too, I tell you, it's an advantage to your runners.
Tucker on the mound. First pitch is low for a ball. They didn't reset the pitch count for Tucker, but it doesn't really matter at this point.
It was at 22, so we'll see if we can keep an eye on it.
I'm not concerned.
You can subtract 22.
This one is going to be a tough play here. They're going to fire over to. They're going to say that he did tap back on the bag there, so it is a ground out, but the Raiders add 2 more to the board. 10-5, Richland leads it as we head to the bottom of the 6th here on KSR Sports.
When it comes to your family's health, you can count on Southern Tennessee Regional Health System Pulaski. We're focused on keeping you at your best with annual screenings and preventative care. Having a family doctor helps you stay healthy, so our Southern Tennessee Medical Group makes it easy to find one. Call 1-800-424-DOCS. That's 1-800-424-3627, or visit southerntmpulaski.com to find a primary care physician.
And we're back here. Sweet Caroline playing at Riverdale as Richland leads 10-5 here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Over the Eagleville Eagles. Jamison Andrews comes out once again.
And really has been pitching a beauty of a game.
Oh, without
I mean,
doubt.
wow.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3 due up this inning for Eagleville. It'll start off with Carter Blair. 87 pitches for Andrews. He has 33 to work with. They try to bunt, but it's foul. A 1 count.
This is Nichols. Yeah, you said that.
Oh, I know. I didn't say that. I said it was Blair. I apologize.
Yeah.
This is the 9-hole. Good job keeping me honest. This one.
Sure trying.
Fouled off. 0-2 count.
Yeah, so just like that, off a couple of foul balls, Andrews finds himself ahead in the count. 0-2. Sneak one past him.
Andrews looks into the catcher for the call. 0-2. Here's the pitch. This one grounded up the middle. That's going to be a single into the outfield for Jackson Nichols.
So he fought off a couple and then takes it right up the middle over second base. line drive and
brings up Carter Blair, the gentleman I thought this was.
eight, 9. Numbers are hard.
Yeah. And they're the 9-1 hitters.
Nichols was even trying to help you out. He's number 9 in the 9 spot. Yeah.
Runner on first. No outs here for the Eagles in the bottom of the 6th. That one gets away. Runner will advance to second.
You know, really, Andrews just needs to keep his focus here at the plate. Don't worry too much about that runner with a 5-run lead.
Yeah. This one low for a ball, 2-0.
Hits 92 pitches.
Two-0 pitch. High for a ball, 3-0. Might need a mound visit just to talk things over real quick. Calm down the senior. And indeed, that's what they'll do.
And on cue, yeah, Sakowitz going to have that conference, call his infield in.
I think they might be swapping here.
Yeah. And he just handed the ball off to Tucker Mayo, it looks like.
Okay. So Tucker Mayo will come in, but
and big round of applause from the Raider faithful for Andrews.
You cannot say enough
yes.
about what Andrews did today to keep them in this game after, you know, just a tough start.
Gutsy performance from Andrews. Now the senior, Tucker Mayo, going to get the go.
I'll be honest, I had totally forgot that Mayo hadn't been burned for the tournament.
Yeah. Yeah, the only ones we didn't have available really today to go back to are Cooper Jackson and Trey Fox. I think everybody else
I believe you're right.
was available. Little Ice Baby playing in the background.
We'll go ahead and take another quick timeout, though, as they do the warm-up pitches. 10-5 is your score. Runner on first, no outs for Eagleville here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Back after a quick timeout here on KSR Sports. And we're back here. 10-5, Richland on top here in the state championship game. Bottom of the 6th, new pitcher as Tucker Mayo comes in for Jamison Andrews. But Andrews pitched absolutely magnificently to keep his team in it after he came in early from the bullpen.
Yeah, and Mayo is going to inherit the 3-0 count.
Yeah.
That's tough.
It is. But Richland up by 5 here, so just focus at the guy at the plate and get some outs, see what we can do here. Mayo's going to step off. Mayo, here's the pitch. First one in there for a strike.
Big pitch because, you know, usually when guys come in and don't get a lot of warm-up time, they throw a ball to get started, and he really couldn't afford to.
Yeah. Here's the 3-1. In there for strike number 2. Mayo not messing around here.
Not at all. As the senior just takes the ball, takes the mound, and says, let me take care of business.
Full count. This one hit to left field. Cooper Jackson settles under it and makes the out. So comes back from a 3-0 count to get a fly out to left field.
On 3 pitches.
Yeah. Brings up Dodd. 1 down, runner at second. Raiders still up by 5 here in the bottom of the 6th.
And I tell you, these fans, Eagles and Raiders alike, no one has left this place. Intense ball game. I know it's a 5-run lead, but
That one in there for a strike. 0-1 count.
Mayo just coming in and throwing strikes.
That's what you need
I
right
know,
here.
it's exactly what was ordered up.
This one grounded off the glove here. That's going to get to the outfield. Oh, Cooper Jackson misses it, though. They're going to throw to second, though. He guns him down. So you give up a run, but honestly, if I'm in that situation, I'd rather that run score and you get that second out at second.
Yeah, that's
then
big.
Leave that runner at third.
Yeah, like I said, you almost didn't need to worry about that runner because with the 5-run lead, which now has been cut to 4, 10-6, but big out there at second.
So big second out. Bases are now empty. 2 down. 10-6. Richland on top.
And put the second out on the board.
This one hit a sky high, above our heads. Potential
Heads
danger
up.
here. 0-1 count. As I think everyone's safe.
Yeah, it landed on this little building behind us. It's going to roll down and.
I believe that's McDougal. Excuse me, not McDougal, that's Gleason. 0-2 count there as Mayo peppering the strike zone. Head 0-2 here. This one, though, bounces in front of the plate. You have a chance to waste one there. You're up 0-2.
Yeah. I don't have a problem with that. He's trying to do a little change up. It got away from him. Bounces a little early.
1-2 count. Here's the pitch. This one grounded off of the batter. It's going to be a foul ball. Raiders up by 4, 2 down here in the bottom of the 6th. This one grounded foul. Nice play there by the third base coach for Eagleville.
Yeah. Bends down, scoops up barehanded. Probably played a little ball in his life.
State championship baseball here today on KSR Sports. 1-2 count. Here's the pitch. Called low for a ball.
Raiders trailed early before the big rain delay, 3-5, but have really battled back, put a lot of good hits together, now lead 10-6.
Swing and a miss for strike 3. Mayo sits him down. Comes in and gets 1, 2, 3 there. Even besides the fact that he had a 3-0 count that he inherited from Andrews. So Tucker Mayo, all business there in the 6th inning. We head to the top of the 7th with the Raiders leading 10-6. Back after a quick timeout here on KSR Sports.
This is Savannah with Allsup & Associates Insurance. You have worked hard to build your business and take pride in running it each and every day. So let the professionals at Allsup & Associates Insurance help keep your business running smoothly by helping you with your business insurance needs. Whether you need coverage on commercial property, general liability, or need help with workers' compensation, we specialize in assisting you with your business insurance needs. Give us a call at 363-1501 or visit our website at allsupins.com.
We've been cutting prices at Murray Chevrolet GMC. There are amazing red tag deals throughout our lot. Just look for the red hang tags in windows to find the very best deals in our inventory, like the Black Widow Edition Silverado 1500 RST with $12,000 off, or the 2025 Corvette E-Ray with over $14,000 in rebates. Many more great deals with thousands off on 2025 trucks. Swing through or visit our website, murraychevrolet.com, for all the info.
And we're back here, final inning of regulation, top of the 7th. Raiders lead 10-6. They'll come out against Ethan Tucker for the second straight inning for Eagleville. Once again, I wouldn't be offended by a few insurance runs here, Jennifer.
I sort of say I like 10-6, but you know what's even better? 11, 12, 13-6. There's still a lot of things left to do in this game, but a couple insurance run here in the 7th would sure feel nice. Being the away team on the scoreboard makes you a little more nervous because they do get that last at bat. But I'm with you. Let's see if we can't have that lead a little bit more.
Due up this inning, it's your 2-3-4 hitters, Cam Drake, Jamison Andrews, and Tucker Mayo. This one fouled off by Drake. Eagleville, once again, a very depleted pitching staff today. And they've used up most of the arms they had in the bullpen. 0-1 count to Drake. Misses low.
Well, and you got to credit the Raider batters with part of that, making them run through pitchers because they're so patient to wait on pitches and have run pitch counts up. Make guys, commit extra throws that they don't need.
Swing and a miss there, 1-2. Tucker's got some stuff. I mean, I guess I should explain. I'm talking about the Tucker for
Ethan Tucker for Eagleville.
But he just dialed up 82 on that fastball. I'm surprised we didn't see him sooner. Here's the pitch. In the dirt for a ball, 2-2.
Drake being the leadoff in this inning, getting the green light to just swing away. We've seen a lot of bunting from him.
2 balls, 2 strikes, no outs for the Raiders here. They're going to say that one was strike 3 looking for Drake. That brings up Jamison Andrews.
He bats 3, wears 3. And I tell you, he has done quite the work today for himself.
Yeah, unbelievable.
Yeah.
I mean, an all-time pitching performance here in the state championship game. 1 out, brings Andrews to the plate. This one high for a ball. A long day, folks, as we started at 11 a.m. Only got 1 inning in the books before the rain delay. Made us wait 4 more hours to get back underway, but Richland really picked it up at the plate since then. This one fouled back and out of play.
He hit that a country mile, just the wrong direction. I tell you, I think that ball's still heading on out over Riverdale High School behind us.
Considering what he's known for, I think the country mile that ball was hit earlier was Tucker Mayo on that 3-run homer in the first inning. He's a guy, if his nickname was Big Country, it wouldn't surprise me a bit. I think Diesel, it says. Is that what his nickname is?
He's got a few, but yeah, that's
Tractor Mayo or Diesel. I think that's what they call him.
Tractor Mayo, I've heard that one too.
He's your pitcher right now for the Raiders, but hopefully the offense can add some fireworks here. This one high, 3-1, as suddenly Ethan Tucker, they're making it hard on me, Jennifer. Ethan Tucker is now struggling to find the strike zone, 3-1. Might get something to hit here if you're Jamison Andrews. Oh, he was swinging for the fences, but he misses on that one. Full count.
83-mile-per-hour offering from Tucker. Yeah,
and this is like their 6th best pitcher.
Yeah, I don't know if I agree with that, but he's got some stuff.
This one hit down the right field line.
That's gonna stay
I think it's fair.
Yeah.
Yep. That's going to be an opposite field. Oh, wow, he's thinking about 3. He'll go ahead and stop it 2, though. Good plays at conservative. Probably the right call there. So that's going to be a 1-out double for Jamison Andrews.
Andrews likes to keep it interesting for us as fans. Gets down in gets 2 strikes on the board and then just sends the ball and goes opposite field with it. Takes it to the fence.
14th hit of the day for the Raiders. Their season high is only 17, and in the state championship, they are approaching that season high. Andrews on second. Tucker Mayo at the plate. First one misses outside for a ball. For those just tuning in, we're in the top of the 7th inning. Richland up 10-6 here in the state final. We played at host sites today, so Riverdale High School is our host for Class A. This one sharply hit. That's going to get in the outfield. There's Senden Andrews. Comes up firing, but sliding in head first is Jamison Andrews. And advancing to second on the throw is Mayo, so they swap places. Andrews comes home to score on the RBI single for Tucker Mayo.
Eleven to 6. Anybody that knows Miss Hawkins, that's my birthday, Mark. It's a good number, so.
I feel like I know you and I didn't know that. I'm a little embarrassed, Jennifer.
I'm actually, I say it all the time if I see it on a clock. My family gets tired of it, but.
I do know that you're 29, though, so
yes,
I don't know if that
that's the
helps.
most important thing. So.
Gage
and
Witt.
then some.
Back to baseball. Gage Witt at the plate now. Has a runner on second with 1 out, 5-run lead for the Raiders. This one misses low.
I'd be fine with this pattern right here, you know, just RBI double, swap places.
Yeah. Well,
put a few
like
more
I said, I'm
runs
going to put whatever they put in Game Changer. This one hit hard. It's back. Oh, what a catch.
Yeah, that was.
What a running catch in center field there. Was that Sevieri?
I'm not sure, but yeah, Witt was right. He turned off at first and just like, oh, you know, because – man, really thought he was going to get a hit out of that, but
yeah.
That's just an athlete making a really nice catch.
We're going to have a courtesy runner for your pitcher, Tucker Mayo, now. Brings up Brooks Bratton, who's going to courtesy run. And at the plate is Jack Jackson, who nearly put one out last time up on a hard hit ball to deep left field. It was about 3 feet from being over the wall. Not especially a deep field in fencing-wise here in Riverdale.
Yeah, I don't think it's as deep as when we were at Rockville.
No, it's definitely not. I think we said by 20 feet.
Yeah.
This one misses. Oh, wow. Catcher loses the ball. Tucker Mayo not Tucker Mayo, it's Brooks Bratton now. Brooks Bratton slides in at third.
AKA.
Courtesy runner.
Yeah, AKA Brooks Bratton for Mayo.
Ethan Tucker pitching to Jack Jackson. That one misses as well. Tucker really starting to struggle now. He's your fourth, is that right, fourth pitcher of the day?
Yes.
For the Eagles. Richland has thrown 3.
And they're going to try to go with him because there's nobody warming up.
This one hit, hard hit, shortstop. And that's going to be a ground out for Jack Jackson. We head to the bottom of the 7th. Richland leads 11-6. Can they bring it home? We'll find out after this commercial break here on KSR Sports.
I'm Steve Pierce, owner, director, and embalmer at Bennett May and Pierce Funeral Home and Crematory. Even though our funeral home is state-of-the-art, we pride ourselves on good old-fashioned funeral care. Being family-owned and operated with deep roots in our community, we are committed to offering one-on-one attention to every family at affordable prices. See the difference. Bennett May and Pierce Funeral Home and Crematory, Giles County's funeral home of choice.
First Realty Group has been serving Giles and Lawrence County and beyond for decades. We're first because we have the best selection of land, homes, and commercial properties to choose from. Our fair price promise means you can shop with peace of mind locally and with customer care not found elsewhere. We also understand the buying process and what it takes to make it easy, from title to escrow to closing. First Realty Group. First for a reason. Visit frg1.com for all of your buying needs in Giles County.
Back here for the bottom of the 7th inning. The Raiders just 3 outs away from a title. Tucker Mayo heads back out to the mound for Richland after the Raiders just added an insurance run in the top of the 7th. I'm Mark Mai. She's Jennifer Hawkins, bringing you state championship baseball here on KSR Sports.
Yeah, and I tell you, the two seniors, you know, Andrews has just pitched phenomenal, and then Mayo comes in. Like you said, inherits a 3-0 count, which is tough on anybody. Gets out of that, and then just finishes out the inning.
It's going to be, I believe, the 4, 5, 6 hitters. Starting off with McDougal. That's right, isn't it?
I don't know. There are numbers on their.
This one, line shot. Grounded, 2 second. Fires to first for out number 1. 2 outs away after your 4-hole hitter McDougal. He had hit a 3-run bomb in the first, but grounds out to second for out number 1.
A lot of Raider fans really on their feet now as they're starting to kind of sense it. 1 down, 2 more outs.
Brings up Reminitsky. How do you feel about that pronunciation?
I like it. I like it. Not worried about it. I'm just ready for out number 2.
Left-hand hitter. First pitch in there for a strike.
Goodness, Mayo has just come in and looked sharp.
I'll tell you a story here in a minute. Oh, they're going to say that missed low. You know, they've been pretty inconsistent at the calls at the knees today. I don't think there's obviously anything to that. It's just that it's how it is. Mayo kind of quick pitching him here. This grounded to shortstop. Ooh, but Jack Jackson just couldn't quite get to it. So Reminitsky reaches. I think that's an infield single in my book, because that was a really hard play at shortstop.
Yeah, I agree, because, I mean, he's full extension. Gets a glove on it to kind of knock it down, but can't even corral it in.
Brings up, I believe that's Sevieri.
Yep. Yeah, who just had a really beautiful catch out in center field for the Eagles.
Oh, yeah. Easily saved a run. Here's the pitch from Mayo. This one low for a ball. 1-0 count, 1 out. Raiders lead 11-6 here in the bottom of the 7th. In there for a called strike. Evens up the count at 1-1. Here's the 1-1 offering. Check swing. They're going to say it was a ball, and they don't even check down to first about the swing.
Well, we knew what
Raider
he was going to say. I'm sorry.
Not pleased. They haven't been pleased. I'll tell you, that first base umpire, he's not made many friends here.
He's probably going to turn and run when this thing's over.
Yeah. 2-1. This one low for a ball, 3-1. Just need to throw strikes here. Let the defense do the work. Mayo. 3-1 pitch. This one hit a mile high. Can Drake get to it? Drake makes the grab, falls to his knees, but makes the grab there. How about the athleticism from Cam Drake? And the Raiders are 1 out away. Runner on first, leading 11-6. Let me tell you a story, Jennifer. I caught Tucker Mayo as we were cleaning out the dugout after the rain delay. And I said, how about that 3-run bomb? He's like, thank you. And I said, go do something good for me again, and I'll talk to you after the game.
Well, I think
if he gets this out, he's one of our interviews.
I think he's heard you loud and clear, Mark Meisen. What a catch there by Drake. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
That's a hard catch tonight.
Big. 1 out away, 11-6. First pitch from Mayo is low for a ball.
Eagles do sit with a runner on first, but there are 2 outs. Raider fans feeling it.
1-0. This one fouled back, 1-1. One count, 5-run lead. 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th. This one grounded, up the middle. Tough play for Jackson. Fires to first. That's out number 3. The Raiders are state champs. Richland wins it 11-6 for their first title in only their 3rd state tournament appearance. They dogpile at second base, and the Richland Raiders, 2 championships, 1 year. as the Lady Raiders in basketball won their first title in program history on their 9th trip to the tournament. And then the Richland baseball wins their first title on their 3rd trip. What a moment. Jennifer, I apologize, but I actually have to interview both coaches because I'm covering this for the Murfreesboro Post and the Pulaski Citizen. So let me find you someone to talk to for postgame, and I'm going to head down to the field.
I'm going to make it quick, Mark, because like you, I want to get down to the field too and hug some necks. But Raiders, you have listened in, you followed along, and the board says it all. State champions, once again, Richland Raiders are your baseball Class 1A state champions. And my goodness, what a battle. Got down early, had a rain delay. We're trailing 3-5 when that rain settled in for quite some time, but they found that time to regroup. And I tell you, just an incredible performance. And they got me Bobo Dickey, folks.
Yes, sir. State champs, Jennifer, state champs.
That has a nice ring to it, doesn't it, Bobo?
It does.
Absolutely.
It does.
And, Bobo, as not just a Raider alum and all the things, but let me tell you, as a parent, how you feeling right now?
Oh, I'm so excited for my boys. I love every one of these boys. I've been to every game for the last 3 years. And let me just make a quick prediction. We'll be back next year.
Say,
okay, let me get that out there.
Look out next year, but what a special moment.
Let's
you and I both have
tears
in our eyes because
Lord.
I tell you, we're getting a lot of heckling around us, folks,
is
what's going on right now because people are like, y'all put Bobo on the air, but we're taking the chance. But I'm like you. I love these boys tremendously and we've said all along, they're fantastic athletes, but they're even better young men off the field. Yeah, and they just have a lot of fun.
They're class acts. They show good sportsmanship. They play the game the right way, and they hit the ball. They play good defense. They throw strikes, and they were the better team today.
Absolutely.
The rain delay, I think, gave us a reset. The 4-time defending state champs here, they come out, punched us in the mouth, and we got a little reset and come back, and the best team is leaving state champs today, Jennifer.
So at this time, they're going to do some trophy presentation out on the mound, and right now they're recognizing the Eagles from Eagleville who, really have tested the Raiders all season. I know the scoreboard doesn't always show that, but this was a battle today, and Richland just really was the better team from beginning to end, even though they got a little bit behind early on. But I'm like you. I think the rain was probably a good reset for the Raiders.
It was a nice reset, but hats off to Eagleville. Hey, they've
had a great
bracket
season.
On the other side was 4 juggernauts.
Yes.
They came out of it 3-0, and they came out swinging this morning. After we punched them 3-0, they didn't back down. And but our boys are resilient. They fought back all year long. I wasn't worried at all.
I know. Even when they get down early, I just never get concerned because I know those bats, they make such great adjustments when they come up and figure out, pitching. And they talk to each other so much and they communicate. Even if on a strikeout, they'll come back immediately and they're telling the next man up, hey, he's throwing this. Hey, look for this. And that's some of that fun stuff to kind of see. But, it's just a very rewarding moment for these coaches, for these players, for you guys as parents, for us as fans that have just kind of rallied around these guys. And, man, speaking of fans.
What a crowd.
What a crowd it has been today.
After a 4-hour rain delay.
Nobody left. You might have left the area to go get you some lunch.
That shows
everybody
the
showed back
dedication
up.
of Raider fans, no doubt. But these boys that battled all year, when they're batting, they just come at you. They just keep coming, and it's hard to put 7 good innings against them because they just keep hitting the ball hard.
Well, that's what we've said all along is you can't pitch around anybody because from 1 to 9, top to bottom, they don't give it up.
Yes.
So, and here's the presentation to Coach Matt Sakowitz getting his coach's trophy. And then you're going to hear a loud roar here any second as they're going to present the team. Oh, and they got to show off the skullet. As a lot of fans hadn't seen him without the hat. It's quite a look, folks. And I don't know that he's done with some of those things yet, so stay tuned.
There is mention of a tattoo.
Yeah, I've heard that myself.
So
I've
we'll
heard
see.
that as well. State champions, Richland Raiders, Class 1A, come in and get it done today. Got themselves here walked through the first rounds, didn't need any double elimination help, just got one and done each day, which I know you and I are grateful for as we're a little on the advanced stage,
Yes.
you know, so getting us home as early as we could each day. I know this one was a little bit longer, but being handled the state champion banner.
But it's been a trying week with the weather for
Yeah,
the kids,
yeah.
the parents, the coaches, and everyone. So to come out on top is really, really special.
As the crowd on their feet chanting Raider Nation for these boys that have entertained on the field and even more entertaining off the field if you're around them. Just a great group of boys. And I tell you, living day to day with them, you got one in your house.
Oh.
I have several in my classroom, and they are just loads of fun.
They are. They love each other.
They do.
And these 8th graders come up, and they've been so good to them, and it's just been a family little of kids that just have loved each other.
As they come over and present the trophy to their fans as a thank you.
Yeah, shout out, boys.
And the boys
Hello,
are
baby.
now seeing that Bobo is up here on the mic and probably thinking, what the heck is
Cooper
that guy
Jackson
saying?
playing left field for the first time all year, and what a day by Cooper Jackson in left field.
I know. We could just go on and on about all the things that these guys have done, but as it is, I mean, they get to hoist that state champion trophy and stop the run of the Eagleville Eagles. It was a battle. It was a fun one. But, folks, your Richland Raiders are state champions once again for Class 1A here in 2026. Has a nice ring to it, so there'll be championship shirts floating around, I'm sure, anytime soon. So keep your eye out for those.
I will be making some purchases.
And I sort of say we'll all be sporting that and supporting these boys. So, Bobo, thank you for joining us here. We're going to go ahead and sign off. We want to say thank you to all our incredible sponsors that make this possible. And to be honest, I can't read off the list because it got so soaked earlier. It's in pieces. But we do appreciate our faithful supporters that allowed us to be on the air and bring you this action, because we had a lot of people saying thank you that you guys are doing this. So thank you to WKSR and our sponsors for letting Mark and I come out and bring you this action this week for just a tremendous group of young men. And they are bringing back some hardware to Linville, and it's the top dog, baby. So great job by these Raiders, state champions. For Mark Mize, along with Bobo Dickey, I'm Jennifer
Go
Hawkins,
Raiders.
saying thank you for listening in. We appreciate you guys being our faithful listeners. And when you see these boys, give them a big congratulations.